It's time for the MMA-Holes!
No way.
From the Sanosi 1.5K King Studios of Arizona. Once again, we got Smiling Sam Alvey on the show talking about UFC 279, Chimaev versus Diaz, Jake Paul, Anderson Silva. What's next for Smiling Sam? Let's talk about it with the MMA-Holes. How you doing? Welcome, friends, to the Wednesday show. UFC 279 fight week going down Saturday night. Chimaev versus Diaz. It's going to be a banger of a night. We're going to be here live, hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
It's good to see you in the chat. Everyone say hello in the chat over there. Hope everyone is warmed up and ready to go. We have a fantastic show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva as well. On top of the UFC big event this weekend. But back on the show, the legendary man himself, the man with the best smile in the fucking game. You guys know who he is. His name is Smiling Sam Alvey. Welcome back on the show, Smiling Sam.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on, my friend.
They're going crazy. They're just cheering away.
I can't blame them. I'm very impressive.
So I see you with the family today. Who you got in the car with you?
Yeah, so we got my oldest little one, and I've got my twins.
Very nice. I mean, you're constantly running around, huh, with the fam?
Yeah, I'm down in Chattanooga every Wednesday night. I coach at a Tom Glicchio, Toothless Tom's gym, every Wednesday night. So it's about a 2-hour drive and a time zone.
Man, oh man, you're a busy man. I mean, always running around with the family, got stuff going on in the gyms. I mean, look at you.
Oh, I love what I do. If I wasn't busy, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Now, the last time I saw you actually on ARIEL HELWANI, and you had a whole bunch going on with the mouth. How's the jaw feeling?
You know, I can go side to side with it again. I couldn't do that a week ago, so it's getting better. There's still a lot of pressure in it. I still can't chew food very well, but it's coming together. It doesn't hurt.
That's good. And they didn't have to do any wiring or anything like that?
Oh, thank God they didn't. You know, I've broken it once before where, it was a big gap, and they had to wire it shut, for 6 weeks. I was begging them. I was praying on my knees, please don't do it again. And luckily they said it was broken clean through, but there was no displacement. He said, if you had to break your jaw, I broke it perfectly. Okay,
so, listen, we all know what happened in that last fight over there. I'm sure you're sick of talking about it. But now that it's life after that fight and, with the UFC situation, a couple of weeks have passed. How is everything going now? Like, where is your mind at?
I'm feeling good. I knew that was going to be my last fight with UFC, whether it won or not. So it wasn't a big, I was ready for the aftermath. I had every intention of winning. And it was unfortunate that I lost. I've got over 80 professional fights, and that was the first time I've ever had my ass whooped. And it was like, oh my goodness. His first damn punch, he broke my jaw with that first punch. And I was just trying to catch myself before it ended, and that's all she wrote. I couldn't get my feet back under me. I knew he was going to start fast. I wasn't ready to start it. Hey, buddy, you got to be quiet, okay?
They got a lot to say too. I'm sure they want to chime in on this as well, right?
Oh, they were all present. They finally, my little ones are COVID babies. They've never been allowed to go to a fight. They were allowed at this one. Unfortunately, I got my ass kicked.
Oh
but
my God.
it is what it is.
So the whole gang was at the event over here for this fight. I mean, we saw it recently with Kamaru Usman and the situation with his daughter. It's got to be tricky. But how's the family like? How do you talk to the family afterwards when something like that goes down?
You know, they've been to just about every fight of mine. At least my older kids have. They've been to. I mean, that was my 25th fight with the UFC. I'll bet you they've been to 17 of them. So they've seen me win. They've seen me lose. Unfortunately, they've seen me lose more than I wanted to recently. But they're not. They know I'm okay. They're upset I lost. They're upset that I didn't win. It was funny. My little boy, he started crying. It had nothing to do with me being hurt. It was that I lost. He's such a competitor. He's like, he lost. No, yeah, well, I'm okay too. I'm all right too. But he was not concerned with my health. It was just that I lost.
You know, from that crazy weight cut that you had to the fight, how it went down over there, it must have been like, it must have felt like just a whirlwind of just emotions and stuff like that. You know, going to that fight, knowing that this is most likely your last dance in the UFC. So, like, mentally preparing yourself for something like this, going through a weight cut like that, was there any moments you're like, you know what, I'm done?
In the weight cut, yes. The weight cut, I was ready to miss weight. And thank God I've got the team I do. They didn't let me do it. I stopped sweating. I had 3 pounds to go, and I stopped sweating. But they got me back in the tub. They said, Sam, you're not leaving money on the scale. I said, fine, fine. So I had 45 minutes till the shuttle was taking me. I got in the bathtub. I got in 2 baths. I lost like a pound-ish. Got over to the, stepped on the scale again and said, you got 1.5 pounds to go. I said, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. And my coaches and wife said, Sam, you have to do more. He said, we're not leaving you. Once you step on the scale, you have an hour to make weight. Use every second of it. And I was delirious and pissed off. He said, I'm done. I'm not sweating anymore. And on the bus ride over, my wife, took me and said, listen, Sam, we can deal if you lose. We can deal with that. But don't leave. Don't do this to us. Your kids and I, we can't deal with you missing weight like this, with you quitting like this. So I'm asking you, please get in there and do it. And I was so pissed off that she did that to me, that she pulled to do it for me. I was tired and dying and all that, and I'm just seething. And I was like, I'm gonna be fine. I'll do it. So I stepped on the scale. I was over 1.2. Actually, funny story. I don't know if I've told anyone this. There's the old wise tale that if you stand on your head before you step on a scale, it could be lighter. You might come in. So backstage, I had the UFC brass hold me by my ankles. I did a handstand for about a minute, and it worked. I lost some weight, not as much as I wanted to, but I lost about 0.3 backstage standing on my head. But they took me over to the UFC PI. I sat in the sauna for a straight 45 minutes. Like, I hope I die, and I hope my wife feels guilty about it. I hope I die here. And I just sat there. It's just miserable for 45 minutes. I've never done a 45-minute stint in a hot sauna before, but I did it. And I got out. I made weight exactly, and that was the best sip of water I think I've ever taken after I made weight.
I bet. And the actual just emotional outcry afterwards when you hit that weight was wild. Like, it's still fresh in my memory over there.
It is still fresh in my mind. I mean, nobody understands how good water tastes until after you've had that. So I cut 17 pounds in 24 hours this last time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a rough one. I've done bigger once before, but not often.
Wow.
And I don't know why I stayed so heavy. I was working with the PI my entire camp. I was reporting everything. I was only eating what I was supposed to eat when I was supposed to eat it. I was working my ass off, and I just wasn't losing weight. The PI is not even sure why I wasn't losing weight.
Wow.
Typically, it's because either I'm lying or something's wrong, and I swear I'm not lying. I'm not cheating. I'm doing everything, and my weight just wasn't coming down.
Do you think it's...
So it was psych myself up, and I had a big weight cut.
Yeah. Do you think it's because, as you get older, it gets just trickier to cut that weight down? Do you think it's just getting a little bit older, or is it just that it's just bad timing? Everything just wasn't working.
I don't want to believe it's because I'm getting older, because I don't want to believe I'm getting older, but I guess I'm getting older. I mean, that must have been it. I did everything right, and it's one of the first times in a while I had a camp. I wasn't a last minute thing. Nobody sprung up on me, nothing like that. It was just, it didn't come off. And then I knew 3 weeks before the fight, I realized it was going to be a big weight cut. And I said, all right, guys, I got to do this. So I actually reached out to Lockhart and Lee, their organization. John Poppy, he sat in the hot tub with, he didn't sit in the hot tub with me. He sat next to the hot tub as I was in the hot tub cutting weight. And he cooked for me all week, and they did everything they could to make it as gentle a cut as I could have.
You know, it's funny, having to speak to you a couple of times, you tell the best stories. Has anyone ever said this to you? Like, I think you tell the best stories in the UFC. It could be about anything, and it's riveting. Do you get that a lot?
Yeah, I people have said it once or twice. Hey, you know what, people? It's I talk with my hands. It's like everything I'm saying is that I'm always pointing them out. My buddy will sit there and watch me tell, here I'm holding the phone with one hand, but on the days where I'm setting the phone down just talking into it, they all get a kick out of watching me. My hands are always doing everything as I'm talking. They get a kick out of it. I don't even realize I'm doing it until after it's done.
Yeah, it's like if they tied your hands, you wouldn't be able to speak, right? If they put it behind your back.
I don't know what I would do. That would be really uncomfortable.
So after this fight happens, you immediately go on social media. You're calling out Jake Paul. You're just running around saying, "What's next? What's next?" I love that. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, you're the type of guy that just wants to get back right on the horse. No matter what, you want to get back out there, and you're calling out Jake Paul. Was there any movement with that? Like, I know you were running around saying, "Hey, Jake, let's do this for charity," and this and that. Did he ever respond?
No, and I got no word from his camp. We were talking to the organization's HBO fight or show fights. I got a big response on social media. A lot of people were excited about the possibility of it. But no, their camp never said anything, never reached out, nothing. Which, to be honest, I didn't expect him to. I thought the fight made sense from his side. I would be a step in the right direction from who he's fought. I'm not retired yet. I'm his size. I'm a striker, not a wrestler or a basketball player. So I thought it made sense if he's trying to step into fighting, actual boxers. I thought it'd be the right way. But and I said it a few times years ago, 5 years ago. I beat his brother up, and I didn't mean to. I was going real light. We were sparring. I was supposed to spar with Jake that day, and he wouldn't spar with me, and I didn't think anything of it. Nothing. It is what it is. He didn't want to spar. It's fine. So I didn't expect him to want to reach back out to me, and he didn't. So it is what it is. But now he stepped up, and so I thought I would have been a good fight. Anderson Silva is going to kick the shit out of Jake Paul. I can't believe that this is the fight that he's making his stand with. To the point, I don't think it's going to happen. I think something is going to happen to keep this fight from happening. But I'm so excited that it's at least on paper it's happening.
Yeah, so before the show started, I went down this little rabbit hole of the announcement where Anderson went online and said he's all excited about this. Jake went online as well. Then they showed some training footage of the two, and Anderson is pushing 50 years of age, so I guess that's the angle Jake's going to go with. Say, hey, it's an old man, I'm going to beat this old guy up, but he's a legend at the same time. But I'm with you. I can't see how Anderson loses this fight. I feel like this is a massive step up for Jake.
Yeah. Jake's done the right thing with who he's beaten, how he's beaten him. He's beaten 3 wrestlers and a basketball player, 1 wrestler on 2 weeks' notice. But he's got people sold that he knows what he's doing. But if you watch him box, he doesn't have a gas tank. He throws from his hip. His footwork isn't there, and he doesn't have head movement. He's athletic, and I haven't really seen anyone hit him yet. But he's athletic, so he's got that going for him. But he's going against one of the greatest strikers of all time. Anderson's not a boxer, but he could. I mean, he is a boxer. He's 3-0 or 3-1 as a boxer.
Yeah, I think he's got one loss.
Yeah, but he is one of the most elite strikers that has ever been, and he's big. He is going to dwarf Jake. I've been around Anderson. Hey, you gotta be quiet, little one. Okay, stop. Sorry. All right, we will fix it. Yeah, and sorry, they dropped the water. There you go. He's just gonna go in there and he's gonna put a hurting on him. I might be bold enough to bet first round, but under 2 rounds, I think. Anderson is next level striker at 47 or not.
Absolutely. And I want to ask you this. If Anderson loses this fight, is there a chance that there is some fixing going on here? A lot of people yelling and screaming with Tyron Woodley's fight, and then this Anderson fight, say he gets knocked out in the first round or something. I know anything can happen in fighting, but still, I feel like if he gets smoked quickly by Jake Paul, would you start scratching your head like, what's going on here?
As of right now, I don't think there's any fixing going on. But if he were to if Anderson were to go down round one, I would start believing him a little bit. Because there's levels to this thing. There's levels to punching people, and Jake is not on Anderson's level. I mean, it's everyone says you've got a puncher's chance. You don't bet on the guy that has a puncher's chance because they almost always lose. And in this fight, it's Jake has a puncher's chance and not a good puncher's chance.
It's very interesting. By the way, if you're just jumping in, we're here with Smiling Sam Alvey on the MMA-Holes Live. We're talking a little Anderson Silva, Jake Paul. So it didn't happen with you fighting Jake, but it sucks because like that whole thing that you were going to give to charity, so you were really going to give a big portion of your purse to charity if you fought him.
Yeah, I set it up. I talked to the charity, Rancho Domicitis, a fantastic charity that works with families that are trying not to have their children go into the foster system. And I set up, said, listen, if this fight's $1 million, I'm giving you guys, over 100,000. I will give you 10% of anything I make on this. And we were excited to be advertising a little bit together. And I 100%. No, I'm not. I wouldn't scoff at the money because everyone. I'm a prize fighter. The bigger the prize, the better the fight. Allie, please stop. Please stop. She's.
It's okay. Hey, listen, I got a little one. I get it, man. I totally get it.
Yeah, but no, I was. It's not about the money. I'm sick of people thinking that he's as great as he is. He's run his mouth because he's beaten up two retired wrestlers, one of them twice, and a basketball player. And now and I understand saying you're good and you got to sell a fight, and but the dude is talking like he's the next Muhammad Ali. He said, I'm the greatest that's ever been and will ever be. And it's just, it's not right the way he's rubbing things. And my big problem is the way he is trolling the UFC and Dana White about fighter pay. And he's doing it from a publicist's side. He knows saying that will get people on his side and it'll make people dislike the UFC. Please stop. I don't care. Stop it.
I got to turn this car around. Tell him, Sam.
Oh, my goodness. I think I'm in a good locked in here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lock him in. I'm going to stand outside.
Oh, we lost you for a second there. We got.
All right, I'm back.
There we go.
Yeah. So the way he runs his mouth about he's the greatest ever and this and that, it's disrespectful. And I wanted to be the guy that shut him up. I'm on a skid, and there's no denying the world's largest skid or whatever it is. And I would sleep him, and I would go off balls to the walls. It'd be first round knockout if I were to have fought him.
Wow, look at that. I mean, so do you think he didn't take the fight because of the danger? You're younger, and you are coming off of a lot of losses. So if he were to lose to you, do you think like that is something that he was scared of as well, that would tarnish his reputation? Do you think he didn't want any part of that smoke because of those reasons?
I think because he's shooting for bigger fish. I think that's what it was more than anything else. He wanted the Anderson Silva. He wanted a real boxer, I guess. And then in the back of his head, he watched me beat up his brother, his older brother, the big unbeatable Logan Paul. I haven't brought it up since we've sparred. I haven't brought up that I sparred with him because Jim Secrets, but it's been 6 years. That's enough time to let all that go. But I think I'm burned into his memory. The dude wouldn't spar me later that day because he saw what I did to his brother.
So Jake, Logan brings you into his camp. Was this when he was fighting KSI? Was that what it was?
Yeah, this would have been before their first fight. And I'm really not bragging that I beat him. And maybe if we were sparring again, he'd beat the hell out of me. I don't know. But I know that day he brought me, and I was going light. I was just supposed to be a training partner for Logan and Jake. I met their boxing coach out at MMA award show or something, and it just worked out that I lived close enough that I drove out there. We sparred for an afternoon, and it was a good time. I liked Logan. I wasn't crazy about Jake when we met, but yeah, it was a good afternoon.
It is pretty weird. Like Logan Paul, who's been in hot water himself, but he seems like the more likable guy, whereas Jake, I don't know him, so maybe he is a nice guy, but he comes across as like the bad boy asshole, this and that. Even though he's trying to promote fight or pay, it seems like it comes with an agenda, in my opinion, at least. But so what was he like in the gym? He was just ignoring you, or he just didn't want to?
No, they had their girlfriends all over the place, and he was just being weird with his girlfriends. Like he was doing stuff with them that I wouldn't do in front of people. Like it was just weird, and it was fine with her and it was fine with him, so it didn't make any difference to me. It was just one of those things, like it's weird.
So was he like groping her and stuff? Like
he was like trying to pull her shirt up, but it was flirtily. He wasn't trying to be a creep with it. It was just like if I were to do it to my wife would kick the shit out of me, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And it was just, there was nothing wrong with it legally. It was just, it was weird for me.
Gotcha.
Maybe Logan Paul would have done the same thing. I don't know, but Logan Paul didn't. Logan seemed like he was I liked him more than I liked Jake.
It's funny. Someone in the chat says it's a sign of low self-confidence. I mean, yeah, he's probably overcompensating for something, right?
Yeah, probably. He's got a lot of money. He doesn't need any more, but he's trying to make a name for himself, or maybe he's trying to pick the poison of who he loses to.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he loses to Smiling Sam, who's on a skid, it sucks. But if he loses to Anderson Silva, one of the greatest strikers of all time, you can still hold your head up high about that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's picking this fight with not the intent of losing, but the thought of if I lose or when I lose, it won't look as bad.
Okay. Do you think it's because he has a small pee-pee? That's what they're saying in the chat.
I don't want to say it because I'm Smiling Sam. I'm going to be above that. But hey, if the shoe fits.
There you go. All right, let's move on from Jake Paul. So do you see all these other things going on here? You do have your Trillers and you have BKFC, which I'm a massive fan. Would you ever entertain something like bare knuckle boxing?
I love bare knuckle boxing. So I'm the biggest WWE fan in the world. Like that is my dream job. And BKFC has embraced that WWE vibe in their pre-fight, fight hype interviews and stuff. And I am thrilled with the way it's done. Like the promotion between Mike Perry and Michael Venom Page was just amazing. And they'll get the girls in there, and the girls, I mean, as soon as you win the fight, they bring the champion in, and they're shoving each other, and I have so much fun watching BKFC. I would love to do that if the WWE doesn't pick me up.
And you have brought up WWE. I mean, that would be something else, right? I mean, you said as a child, right? You have always been a WWE fan.
It's been my dream job. I didn't plan on fighting in the UFC, but I've always wanted to be in the WWE.
Would you rather something like that? Like, I know you get your bumps and bruises in the WWE as well. It's a physical, thing. But what would you rather do? Would you rather like still compete and fight, or would you like to be more of a showman?
I would, more than anything, I would love to be in the WWE. I've always been just thrilled with the promotion and the way they speak and not the choreography, but the moves and the athleticism. I'm just a big nerd to that kind of stuff. I really do enjoy it. And watching these guys that are in just peak form go out there and throw each other around, and it may be fake, but it hurts. I've done enough backyard wrestling to know how much it hurts. So that would be my dream. I got into MMA at the beginning to do the WWE kind of stuff eventually. That being said, if the WWE doesn't happen, and who knows? I'm reaching out to them. We've got I don't want to say we're talking to him, but we're doing our best we can to let him know I'm interested.
There you go.
Yeah, and we'll see what comes of it. But I love fighting second most. WWE is, you know, number 10, and then 9.8 is fighting.
There you go.
There's very little I like more than fighting.
So you're basically keeping your options open, right?
Yeah, you know what? The bare knuckle fighting championship might be the intermediate. I get to fight and do my WWE promos kind of stuff. That might be where I end up. Right now, I'm really not talking to many people just because my jaw is broken.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even roll jiu-jitsu just yet. But as soon as I can get back in the training room, start working out, then I'll start talking to the organization, see where I'm going next.
Excellent. And do you have I know you have a YouTube channel. You have your TikTok that's doing great. Do you have like a podcast or anything like that?
No, I used to do a podcast with MMA, not Junkie. Shit, I don't remember what it's called. I used to do one with Jordan Killian, and we had it was a lot of fun. It just he had some kids, and I've got a lot of kids, and I just ran out of time to keep up with it between the two of us.
Gotcha.
So now I've got my YouTube channel. It's at Smiling Sam on YouTube, and TikTok. I love TikTok. So I'm real busy on there. Instagram, I'm staying up to date with that. But maybe someday I'd get back into it. It's hard for me to dedicate an hour a week of doing, you know, a podcast. I can't sit in my car without my kids screaming.
Gotcha. Yeah. And I do want to pick your brain because I know you're with the family right now. I want to pick your brain about the event on Saturday night, UFC 279. So this main event, I've been going back and forth with my audience. There's a lot of people picking Nate Diaz, like more than I thought, right? Me personally, I'm thinking this fight doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's fun. Listen, I'm going to pay for it. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't, like, the matchup seems like nonsense here to me. I don't know how, I mean, I hope Nate wins. That'd be great. But I don't know how he gets past Khamzat Chimaev. I want to know your thoughts on this situation at 279, the main event.
All right, so when the fight first got announced, I went on TikTok and I made not a prediction, but a thought of the way you would cement Nate's legacy in UFC in the MMA world. He goes out there in a fight he doesn't want against a guy that's probably going to beat the hell out of him. The bell rings, he taps just immediately. Taps. He turns to Dana White and says, "Give me my freaking check, pay me," and then walks off. It's like, oh my god, fastest submission in UFC history, but it will have an asterisk next to it forever. So he's memorized as being part of that legacy. Everybody knows what he just did. He didn't have to kill himself to fight Chimaev. I think this idea would cement him as just the GOAT of all GOATs. His stock would go through the roof. Whatever he did next would turn to gold immediately. And I don't think it's going to happen, but I like Nate as it is. I mean, everyone likes Nate, the Diaz brothers. They're just amazing fighters. But that would, even in me, and I'm a big UFC fanboy, that would just cement him as the greatest of all time.
Sam, this is the funniest shit ever. I swear I did not even hear your TikTok when you said that. I said that on the show last night. I said the exact same thing. Everyone thought I was nuts. I was like, dude, that's the biggest gangster move he could actually make. I can't believe you just fucking said that. That's
Yeah, man, I said that. I took some hate for it too. The TikTok took off. It was like 2 months ago. Whenever it was first announced, TikTok took off. But I got a lot of shit. They said, "Oh, he would never do that. He would never do that. He's too much of a fighter." He probably won't do it, but if he did, that would be the guy. I mean, I couldn't imagine a more badass thing for somebody to do.
Yeah, so what did people say? I mean, people must have went nuts, because last night they were like, are you out of your mind? Like, why would he do something like that? He's so tough. But why not? Like, I mean, that's it. He's done. He's done with the UFC. I mean, but his interviews now, he's starting to say that he would sign again under the right circumstances. So it doesn't seem like he's completely done. But I would imagine he is, with the money that he wants to make, right?
If he goes out there and gets a flying knee knockout, kills him, I mean, take him for all they're worth. I can make the UFC retire you right then and there with the biggest check you've ever seen. But yeah, it's not likely to happen. He is a badass. He's a fighter's fighter. But it would be cool if he did do it.
If he were to win by some miracle, right, and the UFC does find a way to re-sign him, you have to think the next fight is Leon Edwards again, right? Like, you just make him fight for the belt. It makes no sense. You just make him fight, right? Or am I off on this?
If he beats, you know, the only reason he would re-sign with the UFC is for that title shot against Leon Edwards. And the first fight, I didn't like the first fight that much. And then, you know, he rocked him middle of the 5th round. And then everybody talks about that rocking. Kind of got his ass kicked for 4.5 rounds. He kind of got beat up. So the fight doesn't make any sense. He's unranked. He'd be fighting Chimaev, which he's ranked, what, 6 or 7 or something?
I think he's 3.
Oh, is he 3? How did he get? I suppose he beat Burns. Okay, he's 3. So the fight, on paper, maybe it would make some sense. Maybe if Usman didn't get it, but it wouldn't make a ton of sense.
What do you think about, like, the UFC throwing these crazy fights together, people skipping lines, rankings kind of not meeting as much anymore? Are you cool with that, or do you feel like they should follow the rankings?
I'm cool with it. People want to watch fights that they want to watch. People want to watch Nate Diaz fight for the title. Give people what they want. If they want to watch Colby Covington fight Usman for a 3rd time, give people what they want. It's a fan-driven sport. Without the fans, we don't get paid.
Absolutely. And what about this co-main event? I see blonde hair Tony Ferguson back in the picture over here, going up to welterweight against Li Jing Liang, however you say this guy's name. What do you think? Do you think Tony's got a shot, or is he going to get run over too?
I hope he wins, because I like Tony, and the dude's gunning for my record right now, and it kind of bothers. You know, I'm getting a little nervous that he might get more losses in the UFC. Getting a little nervous that he's flirting with my record, so I'm hoping he wins. But he's not a 170er. He was never. I mean, he was never a huge 55er. So, well, if he were to win, he's fighting the right guy to beat.
Okay, there you go. And this weekend, are you going to be watching the fights live?
I'm going to be trying to. It's my wife's birthday on Friday, so I'm finally taking her out. It'll just be me, her, and then our littlest baby who can't be left alone yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to spend a day flirting with her. If I can get to a place that has the fights that she doesn't know has the fights, I'm going to do it.
Now that your UFC career is over and done with, and you're onto your next adventure, is it a little, like, kind of, it's not as cool anymore to watch the UFC for you, or are you still as big of a fan?
I'm still as big of a fan. I love fighting. I mean, I really do. Whether it's a good fight or bad fight, I love watching it. I've been a coach. I mean, literally from day one of my career, I've been a coach, and I'm always going to be enthralled with this. I'm going to be trying to become a better coach. And now that I don't have to fight as much, I'm going to be, you know, I may not be in the octagon, but I'll be there with my team in the not too distant future.
And speaking of your team, is there anyone that you can shout out that's going to be the next big thing?
Trevor Wells is the next big thing. Trevor Wells is up and coming. I think he's 7-3 is his record. He's got a fight coming up. He's close to the UFC. Everyone he's beating has got a big winning record, and he's just smoking them. He's got the record. I think every fight he's ever had, he's taken the guy down in. 2 of his 3 losses were bad decisions. So he's a stud. He will be in the UFC by maybe the end of this year, but for sure early 2023. And then my best friend in the world, Jordan Winsky, he's fighting in Bellator on the 23rd or 24th of this month over in Ireland. So I'll be over in Ireland cornering him for Bellator too.
Would Bellator be an option for you too? Are you keeping them on the list as well?
Absolutely. I fought for Bellator back when Bjorn was running everything. And I didn't like Bjorn all that much. He didn't like me anyways.
No kid.
Now that he's gone, I love Coker. Coker's put on some of the most entertaining fight-themed fights, you know, fight organizations, promotions, tournaments. And see, there's my hand going again. Scott Coker's an amazing, you know, promoter. I love everything he's done, and I would love to fight for Bellator again.
There you go. Well, Sam, hey, man, I appreciate you taking time out of your day. I know you with your family. If there's anyone that you want to talk to right now, I need you to look into that camera and give them a piece of your mind. Like, where do you want to go with yourself? Who do you want to speak to right now? I'm going to put the camera right on you for the last word.
All right. Jake Paul. Anderson Silva drops you in the 2nd round, and it's going to be early in round 2. Oh,
That's Jake Paul. Cut. Jake. I think Jake Paul intercepted your speech.
Oh, Jake Paul, I'm your rebound, baby. When Anderson Silva's going to smoke you, you come calling Smiling Sam. I will be on weight. I will be there to just drop you around too. Just like Anderson did. But I'll be there.
There you go. All right. Smiling Sam, thank you for coming back on the show. I'm really looking forward to what's next in your amazing story over here, and all the best, okay?
Hey, I really appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much for having me on, and we'll do this again.
Okay, be good. Smiling Sam Alvey live on the MMA-Holes. What do you say, chat? What do you say? Smiling Sam coming back on with the family. It really nice. Wednesdays are tough for him, you know, to come on the show. So the fact that he took some time out, locked his kids in the car, and came on, I just say wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful. What do you guys think in the chat about Smiling Sam? Where would you like to see him fight next? And my mind is actually blown that he had the same crazy theory about Nate tapping quickly and then riding off into the sunset. I guess great gingers think alike. I guess I don't know. Guy's a class act. He really is. He's super nice, man. Super good dude. He's going to beat the little dude in the back for interrupt. He's going to beat the shit out of his kid now. Oh, God. Talking with Mom Dukes. All right. Tell Mom Dukes I said hello. And hopefully Mom Dukes is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Asking for a job to Jake Paul. Embarrassing. Not really. I mean, think about it. The GOAT, Anderson Silva, is so excited about fighting Jake Paul. I mean, this is one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. And he's thrilled to fight a YouTuber. It's a weird world we live in. Amazing thinkers. BKFC Alvey versus Perry. I mean, geez. Yo, could you imagine Smiling Sam Alvey and BKFC? I mean, talk about carnage. My man, like, the dude just likes to fucking bite down his mouthpiece and just sling. You know, like, you know someone's getting slept when he fights. BKFC would be wild. Absolutely wild. Both have brain damage. Listen, I'm just telling you, I'm just telling you, just great minds think alike. Papa Moss on the show. We should, with his predictions, we should bring him on the show, although he doesn't like to be on the show. Not sure why they didn't make Diaz versus Conor 3. Well, Conor is making movies. I don't think he's quite cleared yet. So, Nate don't want to wait around. He wants to fight these big boxing fights. He wants to get the big bucks. Massive bucks outside of the UFC, so he just took whatever he could. The Khamzat Chimaev fight is not a fight that he wanted. It's what the UFC gave him. That's just how it was. So I do want to play this real quick, and we will get into, I'm not going to talk much more about Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. I'm going to basically leave it here, but this is like the announcement from both guys. So here, listen to this.
Oops. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's true. Jake and I have a fight October 29th in Phoenix, Arizona. Showtime. Yes, that's so special. I need to say thank you for my fans. Thank you for everyone to give me support for this fight, for continue doing my job, for continue doing something I love. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
He is thrilled. He is thrilled to fight Jake Paul. This is Anderson Silva. It's wild, man. Everyone wants Jake Paul's the new Red Panty Night.
Galera do Brasil, essa luta.
Okay, so he's talking in Portuguese.
Stay tuned, guys, porque essa luta vai acontecer.
So he's pumped. Anderson is fired up to make that bag against Jake Paul. And here is Jake. Every time Jake talks, he's always like, "Hello, guys, how you doing? Let me play the."
What is up, MVP family? I wanted y'all to be the first to know it is official. Me versus Anderson Silva, October 29th, Phoenix, Arizona. It is an honor to be in there with the legendary Anderson Silva.
Think about that. It's an honor to be in there with the legendary Anderson Silva. Jake Paul has, now there's press conferences coming up, so I'm sure that the trash talk will happen, but this is the first time that Jake Paul is coming out and saying, hey, I'm going to be in there with a legend. Like, he's just straight up. Hope Paul wins. I got to say this, that one, girl. I believe Anderson should really win this fight. I do. I truly believe it. I was watching both of them hit pads, though. Jake is hitting way harder. He's way faster. He's way younger. You might get what you want.
Although, I'm going to knock him out in under 5 rounds. Y'all are the first to know. Be there. I'm so excited. This press conference coming up is on Monday, September 12th. And then we got a press conference in Phoenix the next day. And then tickets go on sale on the 14th.
Okay. So there's your information on Paul versus Silva. So what do you guys think? Who's going to win that fight? And then let's move on to UFC 279 and stay there. Let's see what the chat says. Now, we're going to be reacting to it. I mean, Anderson Silva is the guy that got me into enjoying the UFC. So, and Jake Paul is, listen, say what you will. He could be annoying at times. We want him to lose. We want him to win, whatever it is. He's still entertaining. But this whole Jake Paul experience is some weird way. When he has a fight ready to go, I'm interested. And there is a fight that's ready to go. I would love to see Anderson Silva smoke Jake Paul. I'll fucking enjoy that. Silva's history is amazing. I get it. But Paul's got something to prove, says that one, Gur. Hope Jake gets knocked out. Awesome talking tonight. Thank you, Jerry. Who the hell is who's Jerry G? Thank you. Who's the fuddy-duddy on the phone? Silva is happy for the bag and for the chance to stop the hype train and the Anderson all the way. Wow, so if Jake and Nate both lose, Jake and Nate you're saying both lose? So if Jake, I don't know what you're saying. Geez, he can't fight a real boxer his own age. Paul wins by Silva leg injury. Anderson easy in 2. Are you going? No, we're not going to go. We're going to be reacting, but I don't know. Maybe we can plan something, around some of the press conferences. Who knows? We'll see. Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Decision Jake. If it was kickboxing, Silva for sure, but Jake has a chance in boxing. Yeah, Anthony, I got to be honest with you. I was watching them hit pads. His little fight hype over here, they put a little side by side of the pad hitting. I got to be honest with you. Like, just by looking at this, now this is not going to say everything, but just by looking at this, I mean, if I didn't know anything, I would see the younger Jake hitting faster and hard. Here, watch. Hold on, I can't fucking play the audio. Like, Anderson looking thick and old, right? Now, listen, it's Anderson Silva, so I feel like come fight time, my man's going to be in shape and ready to roll. It just sucks I can't play the sound because of the music. Now, Anderson, he's smooth, man. But, like, he just looks old, man. He just looks like a fucking old dude. The guy's almost 50. I mean, you're looking at both of the, the footage. This is not going to tell you everything. But still, I mean, if I was just someone just coming into the game and saying, all right, who am I going to pick? Looking at both of these fucking guys, I would be like, I think Jake's going to win, But we know who Anderson is. Anderson's not going to show his hand. No, this is just hitting pads. This is just him recently hitting pads. So, I mean, this is not him saying, hey, turn the camera on. Hey, turn the camera on. I'm just going to hit pads and show Jake what I'm going to do. That's not what he's doing. He's just fucking hitting pads. Here's another thing Anderson does. And you watch the Julio Chavez fight, too. He's back against the ropes, and he's doing all the crazy head stuff. Jake clips him. His head's going to fucking knock off into the rafters. Jake does hit hard. I don't think Jake's going to win. But then again, I thought Tyron's going to win. I think everyone's going to win. Except, although I did pick Jake over Askren. So I did do that. I had the enough knowledge to say Jake over Askren. But I thought Tyron would have beat him. I did. Now, Anderson's a lot bigger. Anderson is just, I mean, the guy is so fucking smooth. He's got that confidence in the swag. But his hands are down and he can get hit. Jake might win and pad hitting competition, but fighting is a different animal. I know, but we're talking. I mean, Anderson is pushing 50. He's by come fight time. Was he going to be 48? I'm going to pick Anderson. I want Anderson to win, but I don't know, man. I don't know. My headphones seem really tight. They are. They're squeezing my fucking brains out of my eyeballs. They are. But let me know in the chat who wins. Who wins the fight? It's making me nervous. Making me nervous, man. Silva has been KO'd before. He's old. Jake looking fast and he's mean right now. I know this is boxing too. This is not MMA. You know. Like I was saying with Sam. You know, I said, hey, if Anderson loses this thing, is there a possibility there's gonna be a fucking rig going on here? You know, but there is a chance. This is boxing. The rules are probably going to favor Jake. Whether it's glove size or whatever the hell it is, whatever the weight is, I don't know. It's going to favor Jake in every way. Silva's going to look like a joke. I bet Jake Paul is a heavy favorite. I mean, if he's a heavy favorite, I'm going to bet the house on Anderson. What's your address? The fuck kind of stupid question is that? Did you see the video of Leon training for the kick? Yes, I did. Anderson won, lose. What's my PP number? What kind of, you guys, what the hell's going on tonight? Trilla Triad would be perfect for these types of fights. Too bad they folded and went broke. Yeah, it would have, right? The mixture of MMA and boxing rules together with the clinching and stuff like that. Yeah. Then it wouldn't even be a question. I would go Anderson all day. And I'm still going to pick Anderson, don't get me wrong. Anderson should win this fight. He's a pretty damn good boxer, too, even though he is pushing 50. Vitor will be pissed if Anderson loses to Jake. Yeah, Vitor is fighting the other kid that Jake was supposed to fight, right? We're after your dog. Your time has come. Okay. Is your granny still alive? No, she's been dead for a long time. Trilla tried ring. Try a ring was bomb. This is King James. Well, they ripped off of BYB. I did give my wife monkeypox. That is actually true. Diaz would fuck up Jake Paul. I mean, it seems like he's interested in that. I mean, if Jake Paul's knocking out Anderson Silva, oh boy. I don't know what to do. I don't know. You know what though? Like, the more I think about it, it wouldn't shock me. Like, it's a bizarre world we live in. Anderson should win this fight. Like, he should straight up win this fucking fight. But for some reason, it just wouldn't shock me anymore. I think we've seen it all. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to roll into the UFC 279 talk with the people. We're going to be hanging with the boys. We'll be right back. If you missed Smile and Sam, run it back. Let us know in the comment section down below what you thought of the wonderful, wonderful Smile and Sam Alvey. But we'll be right back after this quick fucking break. We'll talk a little Nate Diaz, a little Khamzat Chimaev. So stand by. I did see what he did to Chavez Jr. It was impressive. It was impressive. But isn't Chavez Jr. like a junkie cokehead?
Cause I'm a CBDX.com boy. We sell legal, Delta ATHC weed. It will get you very stoned. We sell gummies, yeah. Buzz-based oil in a cetera. And they post on Twitter. Oh yeah, hey, on CBDX.com. You better get with them. You're gonna get real high. You're gonna get that tree. You're gonna get real down loud from the island boys. You're gonna get all down. And so from the ground, you be smoking bud. You be smoking trees. We're a different breed. You smoking green and purple, and then you create a hurt, yeah. You better get with CBDX.com, cause we some CBDX.com boy. You better tap in on the website, Island Boys, right now.
When it comes to underwear, there's nothing more important than comfort. Why empty your pockets for generic underwear that loses comfort, quality, and style when you can slip into a pair of Sheath and get even more out of your daily wear? With Sheath underwear, you can treat your jewels like royalty as they are given their own private sanctum, keeping them secure and you in a state of bliss. Get 20% off Sheath now using promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES with the link in the description below.
And for the ladies?
Absolutely. Sheath isn't just for men. Ladies can now experience Sheath's style, comfort, and functionality too. Sheath for women is crafted using a signature modal elastane fabric blend for form-fitting breathability that will not affect the natural pH environment or the microclimate of the skin while producing that long-lasting, unimpeded comfort. Use promo code MMA-Holes, MMA-HOLES, for 20% off at sheathunderwear.com.
Oh, championship bells, yeah. You ready to sing? You ready to sing the song? I want to see it in the chat. All I want. Why me, baby? Come on, sing it. All I want, all I want. UndisputedBelts.com. Yes, baby. Okay, let's go. To the guys that like that song, like, dude, I just love that song. Stop ruining the song. I'm just picturing like some dude just sitting there, just like jamming out to that fucking song. Oh God. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm having to. I know sometimes I have to exhibit my talents here on the show. Shout out to our sponsors. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Don't ruin the song, bro.
Would you wrestle Sabu in his prime?
Would you? Oh shit, Silverback. Thank you for the donation. We will ask him. We will ask Smiling Sam. I'm assuming that goes. Or are you asking me? Me, yes, of course. But I'll ask Sam the next appearance. Imagine Smiling Sam goes to WWE though. I'm rooting for him. I hope he gets what he wants. You know. Where would you like to see Sam go? I mean, I would like to see him go to WWE. I would like to see. I don't even like WWE, but I would watch. If Sam was on, I would watch when he's on. You know? But, you know, you see him fighting in bare knuckle. That would be fun. The carnage. I don't know if, you know, if I want to see him collect more damage. You know? He's got all these kids and stuff like that. You know, he's a family man. You know? I don't know. But I'd watch that too. I definitely watch that as well. Sam is cool, man. Yeah, he's a real nice dude, right? this spot. No, we put that commercial together. They didn't have a commercial for us, so like, all right, we'll do it. So we took some generic song that apparently everyone loves. It's bizarre. Like everyone hates the Island Boys song, but loves the It's not even a song, the Island Boys, but they love the Undisputed Belts, and that's like that weird thing that we downloaded off of YouTube in their audio library. But it's a hit. It is a hit. Every once in a while, I gotta, it's such a good song. I gotta chime in. I enjoy it very much. All right, let's talk about the fights this weekend. Okay, has anything changed? We got to get more into the Tony Ferguson versus Jing Liang Lee. I didn't listen to Lee's because he doesn't speak English, but I don't know. I'm not gonna sit there and listen to the translator. Just I like Lee a lot. I like the way he fights. I'm looking at Tony. Tony looks very healthy. He's got his. Let's see if did they put his blonde back in his hair? I didn't put it here yet. But Tony's blonde now. He's a blonde. He's a himbo. And he looks to be in great shape, not cutting as much weight. He's getting ready. He's going to go back to his old ways. You're going to see some vintage Kukui, blah, blah, blah. And it should be a really good fight because both of these guys, they look to take, people's heads off. So this is going to be a very good, fun fight to watch. I'm just not optimistic. Ferguson's not much smaller than Lee. Lee's 6 foot. He's 5'11", so it's not a big height differential. And the reach is in favor of Ferguson. Ferguson is 76.5-inch reach, and Lee's 71.5. So the Leech not having the reach. Sorry. It's my Dr. Seuss moment. But yeah, so I mean, if you look at it, Tony on paper should have a decent chance in this thing, right? Well, let's look at the age. Leech is, he's 34. Wow, dude, this guy looks way younger than 34. Tony's 4 years older, 38. And Leech is 34. So it's not like this kid is like massively younger. I mean, it's 4 years. Maybe Tony's got a shot in this pup. A plus 225 underdog. I've been high on Tony, trying to be optimistic on Tony. And I even picked Tony over Chandler. I don't even know why I did that, but I just felt that the old Kukui was going to come back, and the first round I felt pretty good, pretty solid about his performance. Not picking him ever again until he wins. Just not doing it, especially moving him up to welterweight. It's not like Lee is like a massive, super massive welterweight, but he is a bigger guy. I'm just not doing it. It's not happening here. I want to pick Tony Ferguson. I just can't pull the trigger on this one. So I need in the chat, the people to talk to me. And let me know, am I making a mistake here? Because I am not picking Kukui in this one. I'm rooting for Tony. I'm always going to be rooting for the guy. But he's on a 4-fight skid. Sam Alvey says he's trying to catch his losing streak record in the UFC. I like how he could poke fun at it. Good for him. Sam Alvey and Felony Charles Bennett. Think about those guys. Legendary losing streaks, but great guys. But tell me about Tony Ferguson. What do you think? What do you say? El Kukui, did we got a chance in this thing? My stream lagged at the start of round 2, and when he came back, Tony was laying there lifeless. Tony says he didn't even remember. He remembers, the first round, and then he remembers getting, wheeled into an ambulance. Tony losing, wise choice. Not a bad decision. I watched all Tony's interviews, and he seems really confident. He's in a good place mentally, it seems. I might have to pick him, says Dustin. He's not cursing anymore. Although, let me just help you out here. He did say, oh, God. Goats don't, I'm probably saying this wrong. Goats don't float, but boats do. And I'm a boat. I went back to the gym for the first time since, I had that hand, foot, and mouth, whatever. And I'm sitting on this, stretching device. And I have the Tony Ferguson. I can't listen to Tony Ferguson interviews or media scrums in public. There's certain things I can't. I was laughing so... Yeah, best of all time. I know, that's what boat means. I was laughing so fucking hard. I'm like, he said it. He's not a goat because goats don't float. I'm a boat. Best of all time. Dude, I was literally laughing. And people probably thought there was something wrong with me. But yeah, so when I heard that, I was like, you know, he sounds great. He sounds like he's in a good place. He went over to Jackson Wink for a little bit. Did you laugh, Dustin? I mean, I was like gagging. Like I didn't expect that when he said that. I'm like, oh my! I wasn't watching. I just had him in my ears, so I don't know what kind of facial expressions he was making. I'm sure he's just horsing around doing his Tony Ferguson, Dr. Seuss stuff. But yeah, he's the best of all time. What do you think about Boat? We gonna adopt Boat? I never heard that one before. Did Tony make that one up? Boat's on my poops float. 5'3" Moss. Well, listen, I'm 5'3", bro. I don't know why you concentrating on my 5'3" status. Why is slow DK? Why? Leave me alone. I'm only 5'3", bro. Like, I get it. I'm just 5'3". Just let me be 5'3". Are you really the same height as Demetrius John? Yeah, I am. I'm literally. I'm Mighty Mouse height. I'm a mighty 5'3". You look taller than 5'3". I'm 6'1". Listen, in person, I look taller than 5'3", but I am 5'3". It's just an optical illusion. My penis is too big for my body. No, my penis is very proportionate for a 5'3" person. Boat milk. Should we change it to boat milk instead of goat milk? You know, it's not a bad idea. Boat milk. I'm going, Tony, he has only had KO loss to Chandler and a decision lose. You know, the guys that he lost to, if you look at his resume, you know, I went down this road before with Tony. You know, it's not like he doesn't lose to scrubs. Michael Chandler's legit. Dariush is legit. Charlie Oliveira's the champion. Justin Gaethje, a former champion. You know, you got a Bellator champ. You got an interim champ. You got the actual champ. You got Beneil Dariush that everyone forgets about, but he's good. Solid 4 losses in a row. Last win, though, was Donald Cerrone. Take what you will with that. I mean, he was on the down climb for a while. But still, you know, listen, Cowboy's a legend. Let's see, when was his last notable win? Let's see. No, he had that Pettis fight. That was in 2018. Pettis lately doesn't look that good. The Kevin Lee staph infection. RDA. That was a unanimous decision over RDA. But, I mean, you know, like, you start looking at this, and he's beat some decent guys. He beat, you know, Anthony Pettis, a former champ. RDA, a former champ. But he didn't fight them when they were champions. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. He didn't. Now, 2016 RDA is a pretty good win. That's a solid win. And Tony was more El Kukui at that stage of the game. But you know, I don't know. I mean, you know, he loses to good guys. It seems like that's what happens. Like when he fights the top tier guys, well, he's gonna lose. And now is Lee a top tier welterweight? No, but he is a welterweight. So Tony's going up in this fight over here. Tony's got a shot. I just don't know. I don't know if he gets it done. I don't. But with him being such a big underdog in this fight, and you know, Leach is 34 years of age. You know, it's not like Leach is, you know, early 30s, you know, late 20s, whatever. Maybe, just maybe he has a chance. Maybe 265 minus is a little disrespectful against Tony Ferguson. So let's get a couple of final comments on the Ferg. Boat milk. I'm excited to see Tony fight, but I really don't want to see him lose. It'll kill me. Yeah, it's you know, like seeing him getting knocked out too. Like now he's getting knocked out. It's like shit, man. At least, you know, if he loses, he just gets beat up, but he doesn't like, you know. But when him getting knocked out, it gets rough to watch. Tony beat a lot of top 10 guys during his streak. Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Sometimes the top 10 is pretty savage, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes you're catching guys at the right time, you know, not when they're actually in championship form. And, you know, looking at Tony's resume, when he fights guys that are actually in their prime, he doesn't win. You know, like I did have the angle for a while that, Tony has lost to good guys. He had that long-ass win streak, but, now I'm starting to question it. RDA is a good win. That's a solid win. Unanimous decision over RDA. At the time, that was a solid win. Anthony Pettis, solid win. He got injured. Yeah, he did get injured, right? The broken hand. Yeah, so Showtime got injured in that fight. Kevin Lee had staph, but Kevin Lee never really panned out. Donald Cerrone, he hasn't been Cowboy in forever, But Cowboy was never a champion either. So you got two champions over there, former champs. But, guys that are in their prime, you can't beat them. I think that's what it comes down to. Dare I say, Tony Ferguson has a padded record. Now, Barboza in 2015 was pretty good. Choking out Barboza, that's impressive. Never was a champ. Scary guy with those leg kicks. But, or kicks, I should say. Maybe. I don't know. Is this too controversial? Is this too controversial? Let me ask you, chat. I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off. I'm a fan of Tony, man. I'm going to be rooting for him against Leach. I like both guys, so it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm good. I don't want to see Tony get battered, though. I think I'd rather see Tony win the fight. But let me ask. Is it time to talk about it? Was Tony Ferguson incredibly overrated? I know this is a very controversial topic. Was Tony Ferguson overrated? Let me know in the chat. Just a swift yes or no, please. In hindsight, looking back, it's possible. Cowboy is great. Still is. Yeah, and I get it. As much as I want to disagree, if I can, I think you're right. I mean, listen, I don't want to say it, but, the more you analyze his resume and when he fought specific guys, he might have caught guys on, 14 in a row, but you look at him, it doesn't look as impressive anymore. In the time, it did. But in hindsight, as you digest it and you start thinking with a rational head, I think he fucking pulled the wool over our head. I think he was very good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he was a scrub. I think he was very good. He won the Ultimate Fighter, and that win streak is incredibly impressive. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, when I'm looking at the resume, I'm like, holy shit. Maybe it's not as impressive as I thought it was at the time. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Then when he fights guys that are top tier in their prime, he loses. And now, granted, Tony is older at the time, so he's clearly declined in some sort of way. He's had the mental issues as well, where he kind of went off the deep end. But I mean, I think it's a topic that we can entertain, And then he's talking about fighting Khabib. I see someone say Khabib. Talking like he was going to destroy Khabib. Yeah, listen, Zeus, you know what? I was guilty of that. I was guilty of it. When it was first announced that Tony was going to fight Khabib, I picked Tony. I was guilty. And no. Even in hindsight, looking back, Khabib would have killed him. He would have killed him. Just being rational. It's just, it's a tough pill to swallow.
Wonderful.
If Tony Murders makes a highlight reel finish to redeem that hell, do you think he retires or stays at WW?
So he did say that he likes welterweight, but he also said he's still keeping the door open for 155. So I don't think he's gonna really commit to staying in a specific weight. But if he looks great at welterweight, why not stay there? You are fighting bigger. I mean, if Charles Oliveira is holding him down. And thank you for the donation. Appreciate that, Sonosi. And Silverback. Thank you, guys. If Charles is holding him down, a former 145er, what the fuck is Kamaru Usman going to do to him? Think about it. Kamaru's going to just hold him down and just rape him for 5 rounds. Khamzat Chimaev. What do you think Khamzat? Now, Khamzat's fighting Nate. A lot of, there are people out there that think Nate's going to win. Maybe stay at welterweight, but he's not really going to be. I mean, I don't see a clear path to the belt for the guy. I don't know. Just one fight at a time. That's it. One fight at a time. Well, we shall see. Hopefully he wins. Hopefully he beats the Leech and we can see something, fun. A couple more fun fights with Tony. Don't feel bad, boss. I'm picking Nate for next week. Whoa, my God, Zeus. No, what are you doing? Well, hey, man. I respect. I hope you're just not putting money on that. I hope you are. Listen, and I understand why people want to put money. I was looking at the MyBookie over here. MyBookie.ag, promo code MAHOLES for 100% matching your first deposit. Khamzat Chimaev is a minus 1,100. So, I mean, like, say, Nate Diaz, you threw, I don't know, say throw $50. 50 Scott Holes on Nate. Right? You're winning $275. Even if you want to just throw a 20 on there, you're winning $110, So I get it. I get why people, they see the plus 550 like, oh my God, how is Khamzat a minus 1,100? And let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. We'll go back into the main event because, I mean, this is the topic, baby. We just didn't give enough time to Tony on previous shows, but, I mean, the conversation everyone wants to talk about is Khamzat and Nate, and I get it. By the way, this Kevin Holland fight versus Rodriguez is a good one, man. It really is good. I love the swag that Holland's coming in on from the media scrum. Kevin Holland he's ready, man. This is like a catchweight fight. He's fighting Daniel Rodriguez, who's game. Rodriguez, he's a tough dude, man. Tough dude from LA, got all those fancy tattoos. This is gonna be a banger. But anyway, and then you got this fucking Chason versus Irene Aldana fight on the main card. Listen, I mean, both are really tough girls. I just put them on the prelims. What are we doing? Stop it. Stop this nonsense. Anyway, so with the plus money, plus 550 for Nate. Let me see the poll. I haven't checked it in a minute. We're going to go to the community section on our YouTube channel. We're going to roll through over here. Rest in peace. Okay. So with 1K votes, 40% thinks Nate's going to win this fight. 40%. Now, I want to ask that 40%, even after these interviews. Listen, I listened to Nate at the media scrum today. I mean, he's such a likable guy, man. He's such a likable guy, just nonchalant, is what it is. He's going to go out there, give his best. I am not... I wouldn't advise betting on him. It's going to get ugly. It's going to... If Nate survives, if Nate just survives, we're good. We win. That's a moral victory. If he could survive the 5 rounds and not get annihilated, it's a win. If he Gilbert Burns it for 5 rounds, and we see a good solid fight, that's a win. That's a win for Nate. That is a moral victory for Nate. I don't see how he wins this fight. And stop with the jiu-jitsu. Stop it. It's not going to do it. I don't see Nate getting an arm, throwing up a triangle, and I just don't see it. I don't know. I want to see it. I can't. How old is Nate now? Nate is... He says this is only the halftime show for him, so he's not... It's not like he's retiring or anything. He's going to keep the party going. Nate is 37. So you got Nate at 37. You have Tony at 38. Nate won 1 fight in his last 4. That was to Anthony Pettis, and we've seen how Anthony Pettis has looked lately. Leon Edwards lost to Jorge, lost to McGregor, and then, damn, that was fucking 6 years ago. My God. The second, wow. Time flies. Nate Conor 2 was 6 years ago. And then the first one was 6 years, 5 months ago. Wow. That is crazy. Time has seriously flew. He hasn't been in the cage for a year and 2 months. Now the thing is, he's always in shape. Like he's got really good cardio. So he'll be ready. And Khamzat has limited experience. And I understand you see that minus 1,200 with a guy that won only 11 fights. I could see how you'd want to jump on that. And I know it's not sexy for me to say Khamzat's going to win. It's not a sexy thing. Like the cool thing would say, Nate's going to win. But I have to be realistic here. Like, I have to be really realistic. This is not like Kamaru Usman where I could say, oh, okay, I could see how Leon could win this fight. I just see Nate it's like riding a bull. Just got to see how long he could sit on that bull. You know? That's it. Tomorrow's the press conference. We have the stream scheduled for that. So tomorrow is the press conference. But I think we're going to see a funeral on Saturday. Now, with that being said, I am extremely excited about this card in some weird-ass way. Like, no title on the card. Khamzat versus Nate on top of this thing. I am in. Like, I'm going to wake up Saturday morning and be, like, super stoked. Even though I know the ending of the movie. I'm going to be incredibly stoked. Because who knows? You never know. You watch because any given Sunday. That's why you watch these things, right? I know the ending of this movie, but I just want to see... I just want to see it with my own eyes. The top 3 fights are complete fire. We got the bathroom break over here. Then we got Johnny Walker versus Ian Cutelaba. These guys, they need a win. Johnny needs a win. Ian needs a win. Both guys need a win bad. Both guys are fucking lunatics. And this thing is going to be a slobber knocker. This fucking fight's going to be crazy. Johnny can't afford to lose again. And Ian, he's coming off a loss. He's looked better, but I mean, he can't afford to lose either. Both guys got 7 losses, 16 wins for Cutelaba, 18 for Walker. Walker standing at 6'6" and that 82-inch reach. But Cutelaba looking to chop him down like a tree, banging fight. I got to be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck. Who am I going to pick in this fight? On Friday, I'll have a better idea after I watch the face-offs and everything. I think this is a toss-up. Now, maybe Cutelaba tries to fucking grapple him and throw him to the ground, do the ground and pound stuff. Or maybe Johnny Walker gets a highlight reel finish, like the old days. But great fight. The main card, worth it. $75, no title fight. Nonsense. A main event. Lopsided. Co-main event, you can say nonsense too. But still, you got 2 legends on top of the card. You got up-and-comers. You got bathroom break. And then you got the other 2 that were like highly touted prospects, especially Johnny Walker. He was supposed to be the John Jones Slayer. What the fuck happened to that? Great card. And the prelims ending with this fight, my goodness. Yo, Dawodu, you forget. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Hakeem. The guy is a lunatic. Like, this guy here is a savage. He's an elite striker. He's like a kickboxing champion. Julian Erosa constantly comes forward. This is a banger. It's a banger of a fight. I was listening to, I heard Dawodu. I didn't hear Erosa's media scrum. But just listening to Dawodu, I was like, holy shit, man. Come on. And then, you ready for this? The guy that's on my prospect list, Jelton Almeida. Who even cares who he's fighting? He's fighting this guy making his fucking UFC debut. This guy's going to get slaughtered. It's just going to be a slaughter coming up. I don't care. There's going to be a lot of slaughters on this card. But I don't care because I want to see Almeida fight again. I just want to see him fight. He's fighting Anton Turkalj, who won in the Contender Series. I don't even remember. From Sweden. And he's bigger too. He's bigger, not longer. 6 foot, 78-inch reach. Yo, Almeida. One's in the chat if you remember this dude. This guy is scary. Like, legit. I just want to wrap a fucking belt around this dude. This card went from shitfest. I don't even know what a shitfest is. It went from an L to a giant W. They made a couple of tweaks throwing Kevin Holland and Rodriguez on this thing. The Ferguson and Lee fight. I know it's weird, but it's just fun. You got these young bucks over here. You got guys like that need wins in the worst way. You got the bathroom break. I mean, come on. This Pickett fight versus Tulio. I can't even say this dude's name. Dennis. Good scrap. Scary guys. I like scary guys. Bunch of blemishes, need a win. But when we hit the Almeida fight on, it's like we're in overdrive. Shout out to the Giants, baby. New York Giants, all the way. We're in overdrive. Now, we start off the card, with a couple of fights over here. We're like, okay, what's going on? What's going on here? Oh, actually, you know what? Let me give a little respect to Chris Barnett. Jake Collier versus Chris Barnett. Tubby Fest. Not the elite, not the best of the best, but Chris Barnett's fun. And he has that storyline of his wife dying, which is insane. This fight over here is fun. It's just fun. Sloppy fun over here. So, starting in this fight, the 5th fight in on the card, buckle up, baby. It's going to be fun. It really is. And who knows? You might see some good fights over here. I just don't care. I don't care too much. Actually, Anhaliger versus Alatong. Actually, it's not a bad fight either. It's not bad. Not terrible. Not like something that's going to get you super duper excited, but I think it's going to be a good scrap. So these 4 fights in the beginning, listen, are they household names? No, not yet. But there's still going to be some decent scraps over here. So we're good. First 4, we're warming up, you know? Just loosening up the muscles. And then, boom, we hit the 5th fight on. It just gets better and better and better. And it's just a novelty card. I think it's completely worth the $75. And I rarely say that. There's no title on the line. What does this card show you? What does this card show you? You don't need titles. You don't need them. We're not here for that anymore. You don't need champions. You just want to see a good fight. You want to see fighter A versus fighter B and just a banger of a scrap. That's what you want to see. The Cyril Gane versus Tuivasa fight. You know, you got contender action going on there. Who cares? It was just a good fight. That's, at the end of the day, that's what we want to see. And they're selling this card, the Nate farewell party. Will he ride off into the sunset with a win? And if he wins, will he be signed again? Khamzat Chimaev, the Wolf, he's put in there as the hitman. What if he loses? How bad is he going to beat Nate? Like, these little storylines, they're just fascinating. It's bizarre. Maybe they're selling us nonsense. Maybe we're dopes. We're dummy fans, and we're just paying the $75 like a bunch of idiots. But I'm excited. I don't know why. I am just incredibly excited about this card. Probably one of the more exciting cards of the year, and it's nonsense. There are some fights on here you're like, what the fuck? They don't make any. The top 2 don't make any sense. Where do I pay my $75? We got a link pinned in the live chat. Use our promo code. Help out the MMA holes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Super chat.
A super duper chat. William.
Best thing about Media Day, Kevin dropping truth on Khamzat's fake gangster only coming out in front of the media.
Yeah, I think Khamzat Chimaev is a lot of shtick when it comes to smash this, smash that. I think that is a lot of shtick. But let me just say this. When he was talking to the media, he didn't want anything to do with these guys. This guy seems like he's in the zone. When I listen to Khamzat talk about Nate Diaz, the limited words that he said, please, I'm going to smash this guy. I don't think he's looking past Nate. I think he has a lot of respect for Nate Diaz. He was a fan of Nate. So I think he's taking this fight incredibly serious. He's got too much to lose. If he loses to Nate Diaz, it's a massive setback for the hype train in Khamzat. Khamzat's going to go in there like a feral animal, backed up to the core. Like, Khamzat is going to be scary in this fight over here. Give it to me, baby. Feed it to me. Inject it into my veins, Khamzat. Let me know in the chat, do you think Khamzat is overrated? Is he a fake gangster? And thank you, Zeus, for the wonderful, wonderful $10 donation, baby.
Wonderful.
Appreciate that. You're a savage, man. Love you, Zeus. Appreciate that. If only they put a title fight at the top, though. Who needs it? I don't know. Like, we've done a stream before saying titles are nonsense. They don't mean anything anymore. Like, do we really give a shit who wins a belt? Like, is it gonna really change your day? Or are you gonna be like, yo, did you see that fight the other night? Did you see that fight? That fight was nuts. You gotta go watch that thing. Did you see that guy defend his belt? Who gives a shit? We're not getting the belt. Well, unless you get the MMA-Holes strap, then it's a different story. But, like, who gives a fuck if they get a belt? You know, who cares? It's not like we're rooting for a team, and that team is going to be like, okay, my team won the belt. We got the best team in the world, blah, blah, blah. No, who cares? Just beat the shit. My guy beat the shit out of their guy. That's what it's about. It's my first rhyme in the chat, and you all rock. Let's go, Param, with the first rhyme. Come on.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Levels to savagery. Belts are marketing tool. Yeah, fighters get belts to get paid more. So that's what it's about. You know, they fight for their legacy. They like defending belts. Who gives a fuck? Like if you're debating GOAT status stuff, okay, fine. Like if you're debating, okay, this guy's the GOAT, that I don't give a fuck about goats. I give a fuck about boats. See how I went full circle with that? You know, see? Shout out to Tony Ferguson. I don't give a fuck about goats. I give a fuck about boats, baby. Get women, bro. I'm a rambler. I got myself a curfew, homie, and they blocked me off the dating app because of my criminal. What? Boat milk, baby. Boat milk. Porcupine, pound for pound. What? Who cares about the pound for pound, right? 1 minute you're the pound for pound. The next minute, you're not. Kamaru Usman, pound for pound. He's going to break this record. He's going to break that record. At the end of the day, Kamaru Usman has bored a lot of people. Not me. I mean, I don't hate a Kamaru Usman fight. But there are times where you're just like, okay, let's fast forward this. You know? But then you got guys like Justin Gaethje, who wins an interim belt, but can't win the real belt. And I would watch a Gaethje fight any day of the year, like over almost anyone on the roster. Because he's fun. Take my money. King James, you need some vitamins, bro. You're a miserable thing over there. Oh my God. Yeah, well, King James is he's an oddball. I've seen King James in some other chats too. He's a negative Nancy. Belts and rankings are the core of this deal. It keeps the show going. Muddying the water by scrambling them, not a good idea. Here's the thing, cheat toes. If you want to be a respectable sport, I get it. Rankings, pound for pound, a champion, legitimate sport. But at the end of the day, does it affect us? No. We just want to see good fights, right? Who cares? Like, why are we so amped up about this card? About a complete mismatch. You know why? Because Nate Diaz is going to be stocked and slapping. Nate Diaz is going to be flipping the bird. Khamzat Chimaev is going to be trying to smesh. No title on the line. Nothing. Just a fun, lopsided mess. Now, if this was a title fight and it was a lopsided fight, matchup and stuff like that, we might be complaining. But you know what? It's not a title fight. For some reason, it makes it more interesting. The biggest mistake they made was that BMF thing. And I think they finally realized we don't need a fucking stupid fake belt. We don't need that. Belts are nonsense. They're nonsense. James Krause said that, and maybe he said this because he would never become a champion, but he said he never wanted to chase gold. He just wanted to provide for his family. That's what he wanted to do. He enjoys fighting, and he wanted to provide for his family. That's what he wanted to do. And James Krause was a fun fighter to watch, right? Maybe that's the route these guys got to go. But if they get the belts, they do get paid. So I get it. You get the gold, you get the pay-per-view buys, you get all that stuff. So as a fighter, I understand. But as a fan, who gives a fuck? Who cares, man? Who cares? I don't care. Belt schmelt. Like when Conor went on his run, he got the 145 belts, 13 seconds. Jose Aldo was the boogeyman at the time, and he just runs through him. Then goes up and beats Eddie Alvarez, comes up bumps along the way, but gets Eddie Alvarez, becomes the official double champion, yada, yada, yada. It was great at the time, but I got to be honest with you. Conor on a losing streak, coming back in there. Your wife is in me DMs. Hilarious. Like, give me more of that. I don't know. Give me a crazy lead up, a bonkers fight. I'll take that any day over a title fight. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the UFC has jaded me. BMF was just Nate being smart about making money. Yeah, it was like, I don't know. They had the Rock in there, draping the belt around the waist and all that nonsense. You notice the UFC don't want to do that again. It was I bet it was embarrassing for Dana. The belts in, let's see, hold on, I lost you. The belts and rankings add drama to entertainment. It's nonsense. Because think about it. If Nate Diaz were to knock out Leon Edwards Think about that. Like Sam Alvey said when he came on, Nate Diaz was getting his ass whooped by Leon. Let's be honest here. He was speaking the truth. Nate Diaz was getting his ass whooped by Leon was beating the shit out of him. And Nate was doing his fucking shuffle dance and trotting back and forth on the cage. And you're like, bro, like, you lost. And then all of a sudden, Nate smacks him and pops him and then points at him. And Leon's all wobbly. The dramatic moment in that final round. Everyone going crazy in the crowd. No belts involved. No real rankings involved. I mean, Leon's there already. He didn't need to beat Nate. He was there. He's there, right? Nate, I don't know why he was fighting. Honestly, I don't know why he was fighting Leon. I have no idea. I still don't know why they made that fight happen. But anyway, the theatrics of that, if Nate would have fucking got that finish there, the internet would have exploded. It would have went bonkers. Think about how the internet exploded by Nate just wobbling him. If Nate would have beat him there, forget it. When Nate choked out Conor McGregor, UFC 196, that card was trash. And you had the comeback from Miesha Tate in the co-main event, which was very exciting. That was exciting. You had the Conor McGregor and Nate fight over there. No belt on the line. Nothing. It was just those two. Like, Nate comes in short notice, chokes out Conor. It was thrilling. And my boy lost. But it was just so fucking exciting. You don't need the belt. Doesn't matter. It's just about the epic moment, like Press Play says. That's what it's about. It's about promoters selling fights. Like Jake Paul is fighting Anderson Silva. It's nonsense. Nonsense. But people want to see that shit. You put Fighter A versus Fighter B, you throw them in there, you sell it right, and you enjoy the ride. You know? Epic moments. And that's what we're going to see Saturday night. If Nate Diaz could somehow shock the world, or I should say, shock the 60% that say no, which is still crazy to me that it's that high of people saying yes. I have to feel, I would have a feeling that, you know, gun to the head, they wouldn't be saying yes. But I respect people being fans. I do respect that. Sticking by their guy. They can't pick the other way because they don't want to see their guy lost. I get it. I've been there, and I'll be there again. But in this situation, Nate gets it done. I mean, the theatrics would be insane. It really will. It would be nuts if that happens. I want Nate to win, but yeah. What would you do if Nate wins? Will you lose your voice again? Will you scream because I'll scream? I mean, who wouldn't? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'd do. We wouldn't lose our moderator. So that'd be nice. But yeah, I mean, I would legitimately be shocked, like completely shocked. Listen, when Kamaru lost, I was shocked because Kamaru was literally coasting through that fight, like coasting, and then Leon gets the fucking theatrics with the head kick. You know, not like it's impossible for Leon to do that before the fight. If someone say, "Hey, Leon wins by head kick," you could entertain that conversation. But to say Nate Diaz 5th round takes out Khamzat Chimaev, I don't see that. I don't. So if this happens, if this upset happens, this will be, and I don't give a shit what anyone says. It's not recency bias. This will be the biggest upset of all time. Of all time. I'm saying it. Because this is a hired hit. When was the last time you saw the UFC try to put a hired hit on one of their superstars? Saturday night, we're paying $75 to literally watch a sanctioned hit. And if Nate Diaz survives the carnage of Khamzat Chimaev, this will be the biggest upset of all time. You can take that GSP Sarah shit and you could shove it up your ass. Holly, Ronda, I don't know, Leon, whatever. You could shove it up your ass. We have a chance Saturday night to see the biggest upset of all time. One of the biggest stars. I don't know why the UFC doesn't use us on their promos. They should clip our shit. UFC, contact us. I'll sell a fucking pay-per-view. I'll sell it. Put me on a fucking stool. Put me on a stool. Put some bright lights in my face. I'll look you dead in the I'll fucking sell that pay-per-view. Biggest upset of all time. Nate Diaz, according to Tapology, a plus 725. Now, my bookie, so it's probably between, 700 something and 5 something. My bookie's got a plus 550. What is the best, to the gamblers out there, what's the best numbers you've seen for Nate? I want to ask my gambling friends in the chat. Tapology says plus 725. My bookie plus 550. Let's look at UFC. Do they have numbers on this? Sometimes the UFC's got numbers on it. The UFC got him at a plus 700. Damn, my bookie's giving bad numbers on this. UFC has Nate a plus 700. Minus 1050. Plus 700 in Australia. Plus 700 today in DraftKings. Damn, man. It's a hired hit. Biggest upset of all time. We could possibly see the biggest upset of all time. A plus 750. I mean, that's think about it. A guy with 11 fights, 11 pro fights. Khamzat Chimaev has 11 pro fights. Khamzat Chimaev has, out of those 11, 5 of them are in the UFC now? Let me just double check. Tapology? What are we doing? What are we doing, Tapology? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. 5 fights in the UFC. 5 of those 11. So 11 pro fights. 5 in the UFC. Nate Diaz has been in the UFC how long? How many of his 20 wins were in the UFC? And he does have 13 losses, but, a lot of UFC experience in there. And he's a plus 725. Nate Diaz is 37 years old. He is 9 years older than Khamzat, the 28-year-old. Nate Diaz has the reach at 76 inches over 75 by an inch. Khamzat 2 inches taller. Plus 700. Gilbert Burns exposed Khamzat. He isn't that good. I mean, I've heard that so many times, and I was very impressed with what Gilbert did to Khamzat. I thought Gilbert was gonna get run over. I did. Regardless, Khamzat won that fight, but still, Gilbert doing what he did to Khamzat Chimaev, very impressive. Also, Gilbert almost knocked out Kamaru Usman. I don't know why people, I don't understand. Like, you're acting like losing, like almost losing to Gilbert Burns is a bad thing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And to think that like Nate Diaz is light years better than Gilbert Burns. Maybe Nate Diaz is a bigger star, yes. But at this stage of the game, how old's Gilbert now? Who do you think wins that fight? I mean, if you're picking Nate over Gilbert Burns, you can't be my friend anymore. I must never be friends with you. Not like we are friends, but we are acquaintances on the internet. You can't be my acquaintance anymore. Gilbert Burns is... He's 36. 36 years of age. 25-0. 25-0. I mean... beat Jake Shields grappling. Isn't Jake Shields a legendary guy? But isn't he Nate Diaz's grappling coach? It's hilarious that people think that like Nate Diaz is a good jiu-jitsu guy. Yes. People are saying his jiu-jitsu is better than Burns. It's like what the fuck is it? Like, what's wrong with people? I don't know. But that's what it is, man. Like, you get something in your head, you love a fighter so much, you will ride or die with that fighter. You'll ride or die. Nate's got that fan base, man. He's got it. 20-13-0, 25-0. Both got the same amount of wins, right? Nate's got a couple extra losses. Would have been a great fight. Burns versus Diaz, that would have been fun. But I would pick Burns all day. Shields has a confrontation with Khamzat at his gym. I did see that, yeah. Yeah, Jake Shields. Jake's doing really good things, man. Like, he's all over the place. He's coaching everybody, and he's a cool dude, too. When I was going back and forth with text, he's actually a really cool guy. Eventually, when things calm down, I got to get him on. Jake looks permanently traumatized as PTSD. He does look. Jake looks like an old time like Charlie McCarthy puppet. Comes it. Not concentrating on Nate. COSTA trolling. Comes it. Like it's like. Oh my God. Oh. Come shot. Come quat. Comes it. McNuggets. Oh, what are we, 12? Like how old could you possibly be? There's grown men doing this. This has been going on for so long. I don't like a fighter. So like what the fuck? Like you see this all over the internet and you're like, I'm hoping these are kids. Just say his name, bro. Like what are you doing? Oh my God. It's like Colby Covington is leading the charge of like altering people's names. And it's like, what are we doing here, man? How old are we? How old are we? Yo, Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, I guess if you're a fighter and you're trying to sell a fight and you're trying to have a little fun, you play on the name, try to get under their skin. I guess something with the fight. It's just weird seeing a bunch of adults start changing names and like doing this childish. It's so fucking weird. It just cracks me up. But whatever floats your boat, man. Comes it. Yo, comes it. You watching that comes it fight? Street Judas. It's so weird, man. Yeah, it's like parrots, right? That's what it is like. It's like someone says something that they think is witty and they'll just repeat it. But it's just like, if you think about it, like the joke is so childish. But I guess here's the saving grace. You're probably not saying it in real life, right? I would imagine you're just saving it for the chat. I would guess. Can someone finish the N-word for this guy? He's trying to get it out in the chat. It's so weird, man. But I guess, yeah, if you're hiding, like, if you have an avatar on, I guess, go for it. Knock yourself out. It's so weird.
In some cases, people who make up funny names for fighters are in their mid-40s. Just saying, devilish face.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Thank you. Appreciate Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Did he finish it? Very nice. Very nice. Good. See, that's teamwork in there. Ian Gary's looking good. I mean, he's got the hype, man. The kid's got the swag. He's just tough on the mic, right? I thought it was hilarious when Tony called Conor McNuggets. I mean, listen, he did it again today too. He was like, he's got no sauce. It's just weird because sometimes like you see these guys, you know, I don't know. It's just fucking weird. It is weird, but I guess it's a gimmick. It's I don't fucking know, man. In fairness, Maso, yeah, I make fun of everybody. I'm making fun of you guys. Are you guys getting insulted? No one's safe. It's just weird when people are like, oh, cum shot. It's like, dude, it's like, what are we, 12? Like, do you ever think about that? Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know, man. It is a little strange. The secret juice is kind of funny though. I can get on with that. It's funny because like Paolo's not telling anyone what's in there. Like, if you think about it, here's the thing. I'm just peeling back the layers for you guys, right? And we do a lot of stupid, immature shit on here. We do a lot. I'm self-admitted of that with the cringe that we do on the show, and we allow nonsense. Like, a guy just threw the N-word in there. I'm like, go ahead, finish it for you. I get it, but it's just like there's certain things you got to point out and say, scratch your head and be like, isn't that weird? Yo, cum shot. It's weird. It is a little weird. It's like, because if you think about it, that's like what we used to do when we were kids in grammar school, And it just, I don't know, it's weird. But I don't know. I'm a little older, so maybe that's why I'm like, I don't know. It's just weird to read. I'm just reading, yo, cum shot's he's gonna get what's coming to him. Just say his name, bro. Just say his name. I don't know. Is it that hard? Is that hard just to say his name? I don't know. It's weird. What's wrong with cum shot? I don't know, man. Yeah, rat lip. Yeah. See, now, like, all right, let's try to make some rules here. Let's try to figure it out, right? A play on someone's name. I don't know. Maybe it's too, like, I don't know. It's I don't know. For some reason, it just comes across weird. But I guess if you say something like Street Judas, I guess you can give that one a pass. Because he's playing off of, like, he's calling himself Street Jesus, right? So Jorge came up with Street Jesus. I'm gonna start making some rules here. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. All right. I'm gonna see how far we can go with this, and then where's the line? And I'm gonna give you the line. Street Jesus was a nickname that Jorge gave to himself, right? So Colby fires back and says, Street Judas. It's good. That's good. I'll give him that. I'll give him that one. But then when you take someone's name, like Tony Ferguson, more like Turd Ferguson. Like, the only one that could say that joke would be like Norm Macdonald. Like he would be the only one that'd be able to pull that off, So I guess if you're making fun of it, yeah, McGregor did make rat lip. And you know what? He's not making fun of, like, he's not saying Khamzat, cum shot. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Tony Ferguson, Turd Ferguson, McGregor McNuggets. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like there's like a line. We got to figure this out for comedy, right? There's a line. We got to try to figure this out. I'm just trying to help. Because here's the thing. What's going to happen is people going to be like, yo, Khamzat Chimaev, like, on social media. But if you're doing that, it doesn't matter because you usually have an avatar of someone else. So it doesn't matter, right? But if you adopt that and throw it in your real life, right? So say now you're at the job, you're at the water cooler, you're talking about the big UFC fight. You're like, yo, you see Khamzat Chimaev is fighting this weekend. Could you imagine saying that in real life? Think about that. Just put it in those terms. If you're on the internet and you're hiding behind an avatar, knock yourself out. Act like a kid. It's cool. But could you imagine trying to say it in real life to another person and thinking how silly that sounds, right? Like, hey. Or you go home to your wife. Honey, you going to order that pay-per-view? Khamzat Chimaev is fighting. You're not going to say it in real life. So I look at it like this. If you're not going to say it in real life, why are we saying it online? It doesn't make any sense. That's the weird thing about it. That's like, I see some of these things out there. I'm like, okay, it's funny online, but would you say that in real life? Probably not. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. You ever think that? I've been guilty of it too. Like, I'll say things, but I'm not hiding. I'm saying, like, I have a show. So it's like all the dumb shit I say on the show, you see my face. And I'll say it in real life. And then I'm trying to think of the people that'd be like, yo, Khamzat Chimaev. And then no one's going to say that in real life. It's weird, right? Marty Fake Newsman. See, that's where Colby might take an L. But at least Colby, I guess he's laying into the heel. I guess, like, he's trying to bring that WWE vibe. Do you think Colby says that shit in real life? Like, do you think when he's not being Chaos Covington? Marty fake newsman. Like, you know how many times I've seen that? Like, people sliding into my DMs. Yo, Marty fake newsman's losing. Like, bro, you're not Colby Covington. You're not Colby. Like, Colby could say it because he's being the wrestling guy. You're on the internet. What do you... Oh, God. Sometime CEO, EPO, that works. That works. I'll give him that one. Because he's not like, you know, he's the CEO of EPO. I like that one. That's a good one. I'll give him that one. Marty Juice. Like, what the fuck? Oh, God. It works when Colby says it. He's being the heel. He's trying to sell fights. I get it. It's so weird when the internet starts doing it. It's like, yeah, man, you're right. It is Marty Juiceman. I know I'm pissing off a lot of people, but it's just so fucking funny. Oh, God. It's funny, man. It is funny. But yeah, people do. I think that's what it is. Like, people like to repeat, you know. Someone tells a joke, and I guess it's like, yeah, if someone tells a joke and then you repeat that joke, like, it's like the uncle, the drunk uncle at the party that has all the corny jokes. He didn't make up those jokes, but he likes to tell those jokes or tells the same fucking silly story over and over again. Some people like to repeat. It's interesting. Nerds.
Wonderful.
Nerds and virgins.
So you are telling me that if a fighter makes it to the UFC and their last name is Gosseler, you are going to resist? Khamzat/Cumshot is fair game.
Gosseler? No, I understand. So here's the thing. Thank you for the 2. Appreciate that. I understand why fighters are doing it. I get it because they're trying to sell fights. They're trying to get under the fighter's skin and this and that. And maybe on the internet, I guess if they feel if they alter the name, like if I don't know. It's weird, man. It's just weird when people slide into the DMs and start like talking to me. Yo, Marty fake newsman's going down. Just say who's mom, bro. You're not selling a fight. like I'm just sitting there, like I'll be reading and I'm like, just say who's mine. Like, I get it. Just tell, you're talking to me, bro. You're not talking to Usman. Now, maybe, I guess if you want to talk to Usman, if you want to fucking tweet to him, you're trying to get under his skin, I get it. But like, why? Why are you telling me? Yo, Cumshot's gonna get it. Yo, McNuggets is gonna get it. McNuggets is going down tonight. All right, McGregor, all right. It's so weird, man. I think coming in, you got to think about it from my point of view. When we get a lot of people sliding into the DMs and saying some stuff like that, it's so funny, man. I just sit there and start laughing. I'm like, what the fuck? Just say his name. It's weird. But I think people, I guess it's a habit. You know, you follow a fighter. You look up to that fighter. You adore that fighter. You cheer that fighter on. And they say something funny and you got to repeat it. And I get it. It's just funny. McFluffin. Cumshot is the best one. Yeah, what's your favorite alteration of a fighter's name? What's your favorite? Turd Ferguson? Has anyone used that one yet? Or is that tonight, did we make that one up? Let's see. Let's see. Let's think of another one here. Let's see. Sleepy Joe. Yeah, like Sleepy Joe. It's just, it's so fucking weird. It's so weird, man. Or mean orange guy. Like, well, I mean, I guess when you're making fun of Trump, he is orange. So I guess you can go with that. Yeah, people like, yo, Sleepy Joe. It's so weird. It's funny because sometimes people are trying to like drill home a political like point. They're like, bro, Fucking sleepy. Those gas prices so high. Fucking Sleepy Joe, man. Like I just gotta get rid of this guy. It's like just say fucking Joe Biden. just say his fucking dopey name. Like it's so weird, man. Darth Sleepy Joe Biden. Misha Taint. Yeah, Misha Taint. That's one. Has a fighter ever said that though? I think that one might be just from the internet, right? Has a fighter ever called Misha Taint Misha Taint? I think you can chalk that up to the internet on that one. Ronda aroused me. Oh my God. It's so funny, man. Marty Juiceman, that's your favorite? I won't say president. Yeah, I have a tough time saying that. I'm with you on that. I mean, yeah. But that's we'll go down a rabbit hole. It's tough to call the guy a president. That's for sure. I'm with you on that. Yeah, it's pure internet, right? I don't think it would be so funny if a girl trash talked that though. Yeah, I'm fighting Misha Taint. Yeah. That's the internet. Con Man McGregor. Yeah, I've heard that one. I've heard that one before. Ronda Rousey. Pat Dingleberry. It's so child. It's so child. Oh God, it's funny though, man. It's funny. I went way too long on this. I don't know. It just amuses me. It does. It really does. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think it's funny though. But hey, man, whatever makes you happy. At the end of the day, right? If it tickles your funny bone, just roll with it. Have fun with it. Just my opinion. It just sometimes it comes across a little weird. Let's see what else we got on this card. What else are we gonna pull out of this puppy over here? So we spoke about Nate and Chimaev. We spoke about Turd Ferguson and Jing Liang Lee. I can't think of anything for him. Kevin Holland and Daniel Rodriguez is going to be a really good banging fight. You know, I was horsing around saying this is the bathroom break. It's not a bad female scrap. Aldana is tough, man. She really is. Macy Chassone's coming off of a win, too. The Norma Dumont win. So, you know, Aldana, it's weird. Like, 1 minute she looks like unbeatable, and the next minute she looks like trash. She lost to Holly and lost to Rocky. Melted Pennington. Vanessa Mello, Ketlin Vieira, and Yana Kunitskaya. So those are the 3 wins. I do like, what's the odds on this thing? Okay, yeah, so she is a favorite. I tell you what, the favorites are looking too good. Let's see, where's an underdog that's looking up? How's Dow do on this thing?
Thank you.
Jean-Paul, man, yo, thank you for re-upping your membership. Double champ status. Let's go, baby. Appreciate that, man. Very nice of you. Very, very nice. Dow do a minus 225. Damn, man. You know, Aros has got a shot. I'm going to pick that. Man, what's the underdog I'm going to go with here? Let's see. Kudilaba is the underdog on this one? Oh, he's a slight favorite. Okay. You know what? Oh, Johnny's looks so bad. Jamal Hill, Thiago Santos. That was a terrible fight. Krylov, Corey Anderson. Not bad people. He lost to Ryan Spann, Ankalaev twice. Oh, fucking A. See, I'd hate to put money on this thing. I think in Goat Milk, though, I might pick Johnny. I think I might do it. He can't lose. He has to fucking win. He has to win. No choice. But, all right, he stands out. Almeida, I'm picking. Damn, I'm picking all the favorites. Like, I'm just looking down this list. Underdog's not looking good. Let's see, Barnett and Collier. A plus 285 dog for Barnett. Woo, boy. That's a tasty one. Barnett severely undersized. 5'9" to 6'3". The reach not too bad. 78.5 to 75. Losing to Arlovsky, Felipe, Aspinall. Not bad. Felipe, eh? Beat Shea Sherman and GM Vellante. I mean, those aren't great wins.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Tropical, dropping deuce.
What's the worst actual fighter cage name you've seen? The Leech has to be up there.
The Leech. You know what it is? It's kind of weird. He really does look like a leech. Like, I think it's because his face looks like a leech. I honestly, like, I don't know if that is the case, but his face, like, if a leech were a human, it would look like him. I mean, it's not a compliment for him. So I would have to think that's why they gave him the nickname. It's a pretty bad one. What about Darth Bader? Ryan Darth Bader. It's pretty bad. Darth Bader. That's a pretty bad one. What's a bad one? I don't know. I can't think of off the top of my head. Darth Bader jumps in there. What do you guys think? Help Tropic out. Give me a bad nickname for a UFC fighter. Give me a bad one. Oh, the Huntington Beach bad boy? That's pretty bad. Tito? That's pretty bad. Yeah, Darth Bader. I still think it should be Master Bader. You know, just saying. But then that piggybacks off of what I was saying before. And it would be too childish. Iron Chandler is a bad copy of Mike Tyson. Well, it's Iron Mike. That's why it's Iron. Jane Jones, Pooh Bear. Oh, Pooh Bear. Yes. Yes. Pooh Bear's a weird one. Touchy Feely. That's another one. John Royds Jones. I'm pretty sure that's not his nickname. The Wizard. Ryan. Well, I mean, he's kind of a wizard on the ground. So I kind of get it. There's a couple of people that say the Wizard. Oh, no, it's the same person. Fear the Maverick. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Miranda Maverick. You know what? That is pretty fucking bad. Miranda Fear the Maverick. That's pretty. That's there. Fear the. That's pretty stupid. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Yeah, how do you come up with that? Hey, where'd you come up with that nickname? Uncle Creepy. That one was kind of funny though. What was his name? Shit. Oh, fuck. What the fuck was his name? The guy with the mustache. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Hey, give me his name. I don't know why I'm forgetting the dude's name. Uncle Creepy. Remember the name? Yeah, it's kind of... Oh, Cupcake? Yeah, it's kind of lame, but I think Maverick, the... Fear the is pretty bad. Remember the name Bilal? Yeah, it's up there with Fear the. Oh, Ian McCall. Thank you. There he is. I couldn't think of his name. That guy. Whatever happened to that guy, Ian McCall? Didn't he have like some weird injury or some shit? Uncle Creepy, Ian McCall. 13-7-1. He was kind of a weird dude in interviews too, this guy. He fought in Riz in 2018 and that was it. Hung him up. Lost to John Lineker. I thought he had more fights than that. 13-7-1. I don't know. Let's see who was the... Lost to Dominic Cruz. Let's see. Trying to see if there's any signature wins on this thing. Jesse Formiga. Tough dude. Whatever happened to that guy? Formiga. Wait, hold on a second. When was the last time this dude could fought? I don't even remember this. Philip Burns? Oh, Aboons. Wait, what the fuck? I don't remember this fight. I don't remember this at all. What card was this on? This was in AZ too. I don't fucking remember. Oh, it was in LFA, that's why. Shit. Oh, I guess it's not in the UFC anymore. That guy was a fucking prospect. No more. Okay. Sorry. I was just thinking out loud. That's a glimpse into my brain. Shit, I didn't even know. I didn't even know he was still fighting, but he's in LFA. Formiga. Let me check out some news stories and we'll get out of here. We're going a little later, but I don't care. I like hanging out with you guys. So Wednesday night, if you missed Sam Alvey on the show, he was on the first portion of the program. Always a good interview with Sam. I like talking to that dude. I could just like chat with him. He's a cool dude. Let's see. Yeah, did you guys see this? Tom Cruise, man. Dude's out of his mind. Dude's cutting a promo on this fucking plane. Look at this shit. This guy's fucking out of his mind. Like 60 years old. Honestly, I thought Nate asked me to get him Khamzat Chimaev fight. All I heard it's a meme. Kevin Holland, Khamzat Chimaev only does this extra wannabe shit when he's in. All right, we spoke about that a little bit before. Let me know in the chat if you have anything to add to that. We were drinking. Oh, yeah, so Dana White. It sucks, man. I feel like if you're the reporter, you got to double down. He didn't answer. Dana just goes, we were drunk. So apparently 2014, they were in a nightclub. Both guys were drunk, and they were going to scrap. Something went down. And Dana was asked about it, and he just brushed it off. You got to follow up. I know he's the boss, and you can't push him too far, I guess, but come on, man. Come on. Did I remember to take out the trash? Yes. 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 So, you know, I come on, Dana. Tell me this story. Like, what are we talking about? Like, how is this story? This happened in 2014. How do we not know about this? Let's go. I mean, you got to hear Dana's side because Nate, you know, he speaks in riddle. Khamzat Chimaev won't back down from fight. Team Diaz, if provoked before. I mean, this is just selling a fight. Tomorrow we have the press conference scheduled and ready to roll on this channel. So if you go over to our channel, we're preparing a lot of streams earlier, you know, constantly keeping the wheels spinning. So here is our press conference stream. Make sure you smash the like button. 37 likes. What? Well, really 36 because one's me. Let's go. Come on. When this stream is done, it's going to redirect you over there, so make sure you promptly hit that like button, and we'll see you for this tomorrow. That's kind of exciting. Looking forward to it. But anyway, I just lost Twitter. The Twitter. I just lost the Twitter. So, I mean, here's the thing. I think Nate's not going to give you much tomorrow. You know, Khamzat's going to be saying smash, smash, smash every 5 seconds. And Tony Ferguson might give you the most if he's there. I'm assuming he's going to be there. Lee's not going to be saying much because he's going to be, this is a translator and all that stuff. So I don't know. Do you think there's going to be anything crazy going on, pushing and shoving? I don't think so. Although the face-off might get interesting. That could get intense. And I'm curious if they're even going to allow these guys to face off. We've had situations where they didn't. I hope they do. I really hope they have these guys face off because I know it's only the pre-fight press conference, but still, I like to get information from any time these guys look each other in the eyes. So I really would like to see that, see how they look against each other. So I'm hoping that happens, but I don't think there's going to be anything crazy going on. Do you guys in the chat? Why did Dana have to mention it in his first place, or did Nick? Nick brought it up first. Yeah, Nate brought it up. Did Nick? Nate brought it up. Let's see. Tony Ferguson got the green light to coach tough against Khabib. Yeah, I mean, that's what Tony says. I mean, come on. He says we don't have to fight. We could just coach it. I don't want to hear fathead over and over again. And Tiramisu Tuesday, and all right, come on. We don't need that. I mean, the UFC's probably desperate for ratings. So, you know, it's better than Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena, I guess. I don't know. Give me some, like, real beef. Like, give me two guys that can't fucking stand each other. Or re-sign Nate and fucking do Nate Conor, coaches of Tough. Let's go. Give me something like that. I don't know. Just give me something. Give me something. The last Tough that was good was... I mean, the flyweight one had good fights. But when Conor and Uriah coached, that was fun. You know, that was kind of fun. But still, I mean, like, I don't know. Tough has been so trash, and I don't know if that's the answer. You know, I don't like... Come on. Does anyone give a shit about... Do you want to see Tony Ferguson and Khabib, who are never going to fight, coach Tough? Like, does that interest you in any way? Let me know in the chat. Maybe it interests you. I want to see it. What's wrong with you, little guy? Yo, leave it. Yo, I'm 5'3", bro. Like, just fucking cut me some slack, bro. Cut me some slack. Okay? Small guy's got big heart. It won't make me want to watch Tough. Yeah, I mean, you're going to hear the same recycled nonsense. You'd watch. No, you wouldn't. Stop it. Stop it. You wouldn't watch that. Yeah, of course you would. You love Tony Time. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know why when people want to hear the same. It's like watching a band sing the same fucking 3 songs over and over again. Eventually you want to hear a new song. You know, Tony Ferguson, I feel like, is like a broken record with some of these things, especially with Habib. It's just like Fathead and Tiramisu Tuesday. It's like, dude, at least come up with some more material or something. I don't know. And there's no payoff. So, like, what are we going to get out of it? Tony mentioned Habib's dad trying to get him out of retirement. I did hear that, you know, bringing that up. It's got, you know, and that's another thing, too. I kind of feel like, I don't know, like, Tony's trying too hard, you know, and kind of leave Habib's dad out of it. He's dead. The dude's dead. Let him, just let him. He's in the dirt, man. Like, just like fucking let him be. Let his soul rest. Stop bringing the dude's name up because you want to coach tough against his son. Like, it's not, like, listen, I like Ferguson. I do. But she's like, come on, cut it out. The ship has sailed. And Demoulas says the same thing. The ship has sailed. See? We agree. It's like the cover band scene in Cincinnati. Same songs by every band. Yeah, Dan. She'll do right now. Can you stop playing that fucking song? How many times you got to play it? UFC 278 payouts. Kamaru Usman, Jose Aldo leads Salt Lake City salaries. Payouts. Let's see what they got. What they get paid. What did they get paid? Leon $350K. No win bonus. No win bonus. Damn. Kamaru Usman $500K. Paulo Costa $65K plus 65 win bonus. Kind of low for Paulo. Luke Rockhold, 130. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. So Paulo 65, got 130K. Okay. And Luke Rockhold. But that kind of sucks. If Paulo would have lost, he would have just got 65K. That does seem kind of low. So Rockhold loses and gets 200K. Good for you, Luke. Good for you. Merab Dvalishvili got 198,000. Look at you, Merab. Damn. How's Merab making more than fucking Paulo Costa? How did that happen? Wow, Paulo Costa's got to get a fucking better manager. Jose Aldo got $400,000. It pays to be a former champ. Good for you, Jose. 400K. Now, listen, if you think about it, compared to boxing, I know it's peanuts, blah, 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 but still. For the UFC, I guess that's pretty good. Pudilova got 46K. Wu Yanan got 20K. Tyson Pedro, 86,000. Harry Hunsucker, a whopping $12,000. Professional athlete. Let's see if anything else. Let's see. Tabora got himself 240K with that win bonus. Nice for you. Look at that. That's a sweet paycheck for Tabora. Romanov got 36K. Let's see. Who made the worst? AJ Fletcher, 10K. Daniel Lassette. Oh, man, that's crazy. 10K. Let's see. 24K for Sean Woodson and winning. 20K for Victor Altamirano. Okay. All right. Great. Let's see what else we got here. I thought this was... I thought it was locked up. I guess it wasn't. So Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler is officially official. Very nice.
Wonderful.
Merab looks like he lives under a bridge. He does. He does have a cave dweller, a bridge troll look to him. He does. John Anik, 1.5K. I wonder, what does the commentary You know, I'm curious. What does the commentary team make? Like, what does John Anik make? What does... Let's see. 2021 UFC commentator salaries. Is this right? Sportscriber.com. Okay, here we go. You ready? Michael Bisping, according to this website, and this is Sportscriber. I don't know how they have this. So Michael Bisping makes $75K per event, 1.46 million annual salary. He's worth $9 million. Bruce Buffer. You know, I got to ask Bruce the next time he comes on. I'm like, you don't have to tell me, but according to this, you make $100K per fight. Is that true? $100K per fight. Annual salary, $1 million. It kind of makes sense. Because he's doing like Cameo and all this other stuff on the side. So I don't think Bruce is making like $1 million per fight. You know, like something crazy. $100K. Joe Rogan makes $75,000 per fight. If that's true, that's crazy though. Imagine $75,000 per fight. Like, just think about that. That's kind of wild. And $100K is pretty wild too if you think about it. Herb gets $10K an event, I think. Is that true? $10K per event for Herb? Per event, not per fight. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. I think we understand that. You know what I'm saying. If Buff doesn't get his money, then Buff is going to scream. Buff is going to scream at you. Yes, Perv. Per fight. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Oh boy. Okay. You know what I mean. It's an event. It's an event. I say fight card. That's what I meant by it. But yeah. Anyway, Michael Buffer. So Bruce is making more than Michael. Michael Buffer, $50K per event. But Michael Buffer, he does a lot. He does do a lot of like weird odds and end events. He's constantly doing something. Joe Martinez, $50K. Joe Martinez makes as much as Michael Buffer? No way. Joe Martinez makes $50K per event. Wow. Paul Felder, $48K. And then John Anik, nothing. Dominic Cruz, nothing. Dan Hardy, I don't know why he's on this list. When was this list made? UFC commentator salary 2022. I wonder how accurate this is. Imagine that, though. Imagine you just show up like you're Joe Rogan. And you're doing just like the pay-per-views. You miss a couple. Say you do 8. $75K per event. Plus your Spotify money. Your stand-up. He's doing all right. That's crazy, man. $75K per event. Fucking A. Some people don't make that shit during the year. One event. 75 G's. It's crazy, man. So crazy. Very based. Very, very based. Big Mo gets paid and ride tickets for Big Mo is doing the O2. Did you see this? Big Mo. Pretty cool, man. Official Big Mo. Shout out to Big Mo. So he put this post up. 3 years ago, he was doing the Jefferson County Fairgrounds. Yeah! We got some bull riding and some face punching. Let's get wild! And now he's doing the O2 Arena, London, 9/10. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. That's pretty crazy, man. That's pretty, as Big Mo would say, wild. It's going up against the UFC card, so we're not going to really know what's going on there. But O2 Arena, that's crazy. How many people fit in the O2 Arena? That's the same place that KSI just fought, right? The O2 Arena. Let's see. How many people fit in the O2 Arena? 20,000. No, I thought it was bigger, to be honest. Is that right? Actually, I thought it was a lot bigger than that. But still, I mean, it's still a famous arena over there, right? Is the O2... Wait, that sounds wrong. Is that right? 20,000 in the O2 Arena? Second largest... Oh, second largest indoor arena. Is that right? Can anyone confirm that? Is it 20K? It doesn't seem like a lot. Right? It doesn't seem like a lot. But apparently, I guess in the UK it's big. I don't know. Kendall's going? Fucking nice. Kendall's going to the event. That's pretty cool. Average NBA stadium is 27. Yeah, 20K is not very big. I thought it was bigger than that. Doesn't seem right. Can someone fact check that? Is that true? 20K? That's what was popping up in my quick search. That seems like kind of small. I thought it was bigger than that. Still, I mean... I told you. Yeah, we're not the only ones that see the DMs. So, you might not have told me. What's the numero uno? I've got people who have been, it's nice and it's big. Well, 20K, if it's 20K, it does look bigger than 20K, right? That seems wrong. If someone could do some research on that and find out how actually big that arena is. It definitely is. It's more big because of the name. Yeah, so it's just a famous arena, I guess. That's, yeah, like 20K without floor. Oh, okay. Interesting. So 20K over here, but then you can fit some people in that section over there. Still kind of small. Actually shocked. Yeah, I feel like you put a hockey game in here. Or basketball or some shit. Not that big. But I guess very popular, right? Like they said in the chat. O2. If I heard of it, it's very popular. Because I don't know much about the UK. Yeah, European standards. Yeah, I guess that is. Interesting. Very interesting. So the O2, but good job on Big Mo, man. That's kind of cool. It's cool. Flies outside of the U.S., goes to a very popular arena over there. 3 years ago, the guy was doing county fairs. It's crazy. That's an inspirational story by Big Mo. Good job, man. He's still very young in the game, too. It's awesome. Nate Diaz reveals 4 opponents that the UFC wouldn't allow. We did see that. Was it Chandler, Luque, Poirier? Who was the other? Chandler, Luque, Poirier. I want to guess before I open it. Okay, I'm going to open it. I don't remember who the 4th one is. Who are the other ones? Oh, who cares? He didn't enough. Oh, Ferguson. That's right. There we go. Thank you, Tony. El Kakui. It's weird too because they're on the same card. Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? But I guess if you did Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson, you can't make that a main event. You can't. You just can't do it, right? Like, there would have to be a title fight on that card or like a way bigger fight. You just can't do it. Tony's on a 4-fight skid. So I guess the reason why, I mean, I guess you could have done Poirier, but I guess the biggest way you make that thing a pay-per-view is you have a scary neckbeard, 11-0 Khamzat Chimaev, and you say, okay, you know, we got this crazy kid, up-and-comer. We got Nate Diaz, the G. So I guess that's why the UFC, other than the fact they wanted Nate to die, I guess that's how you could make. But yeah, Tony versus Khabib with no belt on the line, you can't do it. Fire Nelk idiots. Yeah, I don't know. That dude, man, that dude that does the interviews for them. It's like, oh, like he reminds me of Goofy from fucking Disney World. So weird, man. Such a weird choice. But the guy's hustling. He's traveling all over the place. So good on him getting the call. Such a weird, that whole Nelk phenomenon is odd. Britton Hart gets new opponent. Who's her new opponent? Let's see. Who's her replacement? Britton Hart. Or it should be Britton. Shouldn't it be Britton Beltran? Isn't she? She didn't change her name. Sagala. Oh, isn't that chick with the big tits? Okay. When is this? Yeah, I'm not watching this. I like bare knuckle. Oh my God, this is going up against the UFC this weekend. Oh my God, this is suicide. What time does it start? Prelims 7 p.m. Live prelims 8 p.m. Oh boy, bare knuckle's gonna get killed. Wow, they really are banking in on their female fighters though. It goes to show you though, the female fighters are crazy. Holy cow. Nelk boys are solid, or a solid no from me. Nelk is not the vibe. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, man. It's a weird thing, but yeah, you wouldn't be the demographic, right? It's just frat kids, you know, slamming fucking happy dads and shit, and calling everyone boys. All right, boys. So, I guess it's not our demographic. I don't know. That's crazy, huh? Tough chick, man. Tough chick, but she couldn't beat Misfit. Wow, this is going up against 279. Anyone watching this over the UFC 279? Maybe you'll have both on at the same time. You know, bare knuckle, what the fuck? Never got back to us about the freaking... This is the second time. Second time, bare knuckle. 3 strikes. You're out. You're out. I'm just going to fucking ignore you altogether. Get your shit together, bare knuckle. Yeah, we got you. And then just fucking ghost us. It's bizarre. But anyone watch this? Okay, I do like their content though, I'm not gonna lie. Did you guys see this? Jalen Turner. So he had USADA show up. This will be the last thing we talk about. I did a little overtime with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I like you guys so much. Little OT. Fucking Zeus and Tropic Tom and everyone that dropped the donations. It's for you. For you, the people. All right, so we all know Jalen Turner loves his tarantulas. And I'm a fan of him too now that we got these things crawling around our backyards. So USADA shows up. Jalen Turner's got a little surprise for him.
When USADA showed up to your door and you want to get him out, this is how you get him out. Here, hold it. Touch it. No? No. There's no secret juice here, I promise. You're being real brave with the camera. No. Touch the leg. No.
There you go. Very nice. If I piss in that cup, you better touch my spider. So Jalen Turner pulling a Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz trying to get him to smoke weed. Jalen Turner trying to get him to pet his spider. I tell you what, I'm a fan of tarantulas now. Now that we got those things crawling in our backyard, they're pretty cool, man. They're pretty freaking cool. I understand why spiders are skeevy, but I don't know. Tarantulas are fascinating, absolutely, and they're harmless. You know, you can let them crawl on you. My neighbor has them crawling all over him. It's pretty wild. All right, friends, if you missed Sam Alvey, run it back. Let us know what you thought of the appearance by Smiling Sam. He spoke about his future. Where is he going to go? Is he going to go to WWE, Bare Knuckle, Bellator? Where is he going? What he thought about the UFC 279 experience this Saturday. He spoke about Jake Paul, that whole situation. If you didn't know, Smiling Sam actually beat up his brother Logan 6 years ago. He told us that story. So if you didn't hear it, run it back. Thank you to our sponsors, mybookie.ag, Sheath Underwear, Head Rush, ESPN Plus, CBDX.com. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. The Head Rush link is working. The promo code is MMA-HOLES. We have Sheath and Head Rush in the description. CBDX.com. Go to the website and get the discount MMA-HOLES for 20% off. And yeah, if you're going to buy UFC 279, I can't remind you guys enough. Only if you're going to buy it, click the link in our live chat or the description. If you're going to do it, order it through our link. It helps us out tremendously. A big thank you to everyone that does that. If you're not going to buy it, it's all good. We'll be here Saturday night, describing the fights and telling you what's going on. What else? Julian Lane, it's always a pleasure talking to you as well. And don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.